Hello, welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. We're now in 5 minutes away from kickoff at Turf Moor, and it's an interesting lineup by Nuno Espirito Santo this afternoon. Before we take a look at those lineups for both teams, Gonzo, how is oneself?
Good, yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, mate. How about you?
Nervous, actually. I've been fine all week, all day. I've been fine this morning. I've been unbothered. But just as it got to half time in the Man United game, that's when I was like, oh, better go do work. And I thought, oh, don't know about this now. Nerves have started to kick in a little bit. And then I've seen the lineup and more nerves have kicked in a little bit. So, yeah, I'm using the word interesting because I don't want to put a positive or a negative spin on it and it potentially influence yourself because I want to get your reaction to it. But shall we take a look at the West Ham team?
Absolutely, yes, indeed.
Change in goal, actually. Mads Hermansen starting over Areola for the Hammers this afternoon. Wan-Bissaka at right back. Disasi going straight into the starting 11 to partner Mavropanos as centre-back and El Hadji Malik Diouf at left-back. In midfield, we've got Souček and Fernandes with Bourne on the right, Somerville on the left. And up front, another change as Callum Wilson comes into the starting 11 to partner Tete with Pablo dropping to the bench. Surprised?
Yes, I guess so, yeah. I think the Hermansen thing is Areola picked up a knock, apparently. But I don't mind it. That was my choice anyway. I think we'll attack quicker with him in there. And it's not like Areola's coming for crosses anyway. As you alluded to in your video this morning, anything we do at centre-back is a risk. I wouldn't have gone with Disasi myself just because I think... Was honestly his last first team game in April? If that's right,
Yeah.
Boy, that is a risk.
He's played 2 games for Chelsea under 21s this season.
Yeah, I mean, so that's a risk, but all of it is a risk. I still would have preferred Max Kilman there. Hopefully, I'm wrong on that one. I'm surprised to see him change Pablo, really, but I would imagine he's thinking is we shouldn't have to harry and hustle the opposition as much as we would do against, some of the other teams. And this is about sticking the ball in the back of the net. And clearly, Wilson's the man for the job for doing that. So I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I think he's still going with his. I think it'll be the other way round. We don't do the graphics for everybody that's watching at the moment. So I think you'll see Tete as a sort of workaholic number 10 behind Wilson. The key is to get close to Wilson. This is the point. What it will stop us probably doing is hoofing the ball up. But I guess with Hermansen in there, you could, he can do the quick throw. He can do a shorter pass, a more incisive pass. It's not my team. It's not the team I would have played. But I'm just seeing people a little bit concerned about Areola. As I say, I heard he'd had a knock, so I think it was a case of, well, I guess Herrick or Hermansen. I don't think Areola was ready to start, as I understand it. I don't know it unless he's on the bench and
he is.
Oh well, there you
go. Which confuses matters because then what you can do if there's an injury to Hermansen in the first minute, and Areola has come on, so we now agree he's fit enough to play 89 minutes. So
yeah, well, there was certainly preparations earlier on today for it to be Hermansen and Herrick that were going to be, the 2 goalkeepers. There was definitely worries about him. That's for sure. I think ex-West Ham United employee might have even posted on his update about the goalkeepers this morning. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't read it, but yeah. So I think probably the one get out of jail free card he's got is Areola. If Areola's not fit, then or he's injured himself. But as you say, what's he doing on the bench then?
Yeah, when I've seen it, I thought that's brave. But if there's a knock to Areola, there's a knock to Areola. I'm pleased that Disasi's starting. He's the one I wanted to see start. It's risky. The thing is with Kilman, he has a good game. He might have a good game against Man U, and he'll probably have a bad game against Bournemouth. Right? It's unlikely he's going to string consistent performances together. He's capable of a good game. I'm in the minority. I was speaking to a subscriber earlier because he was in the minority with me as well, which was we felt Kilman did all right against Chelsea. Their second goal, he's the one centre-back out of 3 that actually does his job. Mavropanos gets barged out of the way by Delap. Kilman gets pushed by Delap, but still gets his head on it, and then Tadibo doesn't even react, and Kukurea puts it in the back of the net. But I'm not confident he can string 3-4 good performances together. There will be at least one bad one in there, possibly two bad ones in there. So with Disasi, will he play well today? I don't know. I'm concerned, lack of match practice and all that, especially. But if he can have a good performance and another good performance, hopefully we can just get him up and running. And he only needs to play 3 good games, I guess, and then Tadibo's back. So fingers crossed he can do well today. Up front, I sort of get it. I don't want to... He's in the live chat. I think it was Hammer 1999, so he can confirm or deny. I think it was him that posted this morning on my video, and it was a really good point. He said, I would start Wilson over Pablo. And he gave 2 reasons. Now, reason number 1, which was keep Pablo for the Man U game on Tuesday, because we're going to need his energy. Now, for me, I'm a bit like, well, Premier League players that have been playing once a week, I think they should be okay with a midweek game. If midweek every week, sure, but this is a one-off midweek game. I expect him to be okay today, Tuesday, and then Saturday in an FA Cup tie. But his other point, I think, was one that I found myself agreeing with, and it was Hammer 99. He basically said, this is the game for Wilson. Like you mentioned earlier, we should have more of the ball. We need the goal scorer. And also, we go back to what Nuno spoke about in his pre-match press conference, which was, I need to find a solution for the lack of energy. Well, this is a solution, which is bring Pablo on. Because Wilson's going to have to go off in the hour mark. We know that.
Yeah.
So bring on Pablo. You're actually putting more energy into the team when the game's maybe got a little bit of a lull in terms of tempo and energy. Maybe a little bit more of a tired Burnley defence. It might actually end up being a really good decision to have Wilson. And like you said, Tete should be the one that's dropping off. Yeah. And we haven't seen him in that role yet, which is what Lazio fans said is his best role. So I'm looking at it, thinking and hoping we're going to see Tete in what Lazio fans consider to be his best role within a team, which is that sort of second striker, get him on the ball. He's not a finisher, but he's really good at build-up. He's really good at link-up. And I think we've seen glimpses of that in and around the halfway line, but then he's the furthest forward player, and he can sometimes... He is getting shots away. Statistically, he's had one of the most... Since he joined West Ham, he's actually near the top of the charts for shots taken and shots on target and stuff like that. But today, I don't know, I'm hoping that little bit extra space, dropping off Wilson, might actually give him a bit of advantage. So I'm okay with the attack. It's the goalkeeper situation I'm a little bit concerned about, in the centre-back situation as well. But no matter who he played at centre-back, I would have been concerned. There wasn't an obvious solution there for me. So anyway, there we go. We'll turn to the live chat in just a second. The bench is on your screen at the minute, but it's pretty much everyone else, really. Areola is on the bench with Walker Peters, Kilman and Scarles. We've got Magassa, Potts, Kante, Adama is on the bench, and Pablo is also on the bench as well. So,
yeah, I mean, the bench looks okay, as I guess it can. There is some balance in there. It's a shame that we don't have more attacking players, but we just don't. We didn't buy them or loan them, so that's where we are. I mean, we've got a bit of an odd squad, really, which I don't believe has been rebalanced at all. I wouldn't start. I mean, it's not. What can I say? It's very different to the team that I would have selected and I suggested in the preview. But I get why he's doing it. I can't.
Are you happy with it? Are you happy with it?
It's okay. I'm gone. I'm done being disappointed with Nuno now. To be honest with you, I think he's made so many mistakes on selection and in on substitutions as well, that I've sort of run out of angst with it, really. I run out of agitation and anger on it. And I suspect this team will be all right as well. I suspect it will do all right. I think we can beat Burnley. I think he had to find a solution as well to the fatigue levels that we've discussed, and maybe, just maybe, this is it. What he will then do once Tete gets tired as well, who knows? But he might, as I say, we should have more of the ball, which means we're not pressing as much. And if we're not pressing as much, then we're not working as hard. And it is the obvious answer. Aside from before you do substitutions or anything else, how do we deal with the fatigue levels of the team? We'll keep the ball more because it's less tiring, basically. So if we can do that, fine. Well, what I would pick apart with that. And one of the reasons I wouldn't have played this team is I don't think perhaps Souček's the guy in the middle to have, if you want to retain possession. I don't mind Souček starting, but I think if you're going to play Souček, play to his strengths. So have him, crashing the box and making time in his runs. He's not there. He is purely there as almost like a shielding midfielder.
Yeah.
You're going to do that. And also you will find in this system, in build-up, when he is attacking, it's very much on the right-hand side. I think if you're going to do that, there's other guys that could do the job better than that in the squad. So nothing against Souček. I'd have him in a relegation scrap, but I wouldn't be playing him like this in this system. So, yeah, I mean, it's very, very hard for me to look at this. There are 3 or 4 players that, four or five players that I wouldn't be doing in this game, as you saw from the preview. But hey, look, it still should be good enough. My main worry is Disasi, by the way. That's my main concern here. But I'd be concerned about anyone.
Speaking of Disasi, Ionor is saying he'd feel better if Scarles was one next to Disasi. Would you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. I suspect Scarles his best position will be the left of a back 3. So I don't know. Depends how good he is in the air. I would expect at the very least Disasi to be able to head the ball away.
My opinion, I don't know statistically, I'm not looked, but my opinion is he's better than what we currently have. And I include Tadibo Kilman in my panel. So
the air.
Yeah, in the air. I think he's stronger than those 3.
Yeah, good. But we needed that. We're very weak. Crossing is our weakness. And I was watching this last night. I said it in my video this morning. I was watching Leeds last night. And I could only, as I watched them, thought, well, actually, forget a playoff. I know Nottingham Forest had their difficulties at fullback and tactically they weren't quite right. And I know that Leeds, primarily scored their first couple of goals, through the middle and whatnot. But I still looked at the way they were crossing it and how difficult they are to play against. And I mean, well, they've got the kryptonite. For West Ham, where we're weak, they're strong. And I had no confidence we get to a last game playoff because we've not addressed those weaknesses. Or at least I didn't think so. With the heading, now it may well be that Disasi is the guy and he comes in. If he can do that, if we start dominating defensively, then brilliant. It is something we needed to address, though. I think the other thing that I probably would have done would have been, and I didn't know, I've not seen enough of this Kinski to know if he was the guy. We definitely did try to get him. But somebody that just comes off their line and catches the ball when the ball's crossed. I think if you could have got a dominating centre-back and a goalkeeper to do that, probably would have fixed a few of our problems. So, yeah, maybe Disasi's in for that. I'm willing to be, educated on it, absolutely. I'm not offended by the team, not at all. I think we'll win.
Well, speaking of stats, Hammer99 saying Wilson's record against Burnley, 8 goals. And 1 assist. He got the equaliser against Burnley at the London Stadium, of course. Now, speaking of Burnley, in goal for the Clarets this afternoon is Dubravka. At right back, they got Kyle Walker. At centre back, they got Stevie and Humphreys with Pires left back. I'm doing this from memory. Yeah, Pires is remaining at left back. In midfield, they got Florentino and Hugo Chukwu with Hannibal expected to play number 10 role. Anthony on the left, Edwards on the right, and Fleming comes back in to decide and starts up front for Burnley this afternoon.
Yeah, again, as I mentioned, I picked out a couple of players. I like Ugu Chukwu, I like Marcus Edwards, but we still should have enough to beat them. We've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, player of the season, Mavropanos, Greek international. We've got Jared Bowen, who's one of the best players in the Premier League. Fernandez will undoubtedly go on to play for a big club. We've got Somerville, who's just been nominated for Premier League Player of the Month. We got some quality in the team. Quality to be better than every team in the Premier League? No, but we should have enough quality to beat Burnley, surely. You'd certainly hope so.
The bench for Burnley this afternoon, so I can put my phone down, is YC's on the bench. He's a substitute goalkeeper with Waddle. Larson's on there with Lyle Foster. Ekdal, Broya, Laurent, and Ashley Barnes, as well as the guy's name I can never pronounce, Chuna. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Scored a banger at Molyneux. That's what I do remember about him, though. Well, the good news for me is it's a 10 out of 11 for my opposition prediction. Just got the centre back wrong. Thought you might have dropped Did I? Yeah, I did. I got Humphreys wrong. I thought you would have stuck with Twanzebe, who's not even on the bench, and maybe there's an injury or something that I was unaware of there. But they've gone to a back 4. They've been playing a back 3 recently. But given what happened up at the Stadium of Light, Parker's ripped it up and gone back to his back 4, which essentially got them promoted, really, and it's a bit more offensive. But I suppose the good news is, Burnley have drawn 3 of the last 4 at Turf Moor, but they were playing a back 3 in those games, so they've actually gone away from the formation that's been yielding them relative success at home against the likes of Spurs and Manchester United and Liverpool as well. So it was 3 good teams that they picked up a point against. I think Anthony's been a bit hot and cold this season. Hannibal's a very hard-working player, just probably doesn't have the quality quite at this level. Edwards has certainly got in his locker. Walker, good player defending vertically, but if we can get Somerville dragging him all over the pitch, then I think we'll have a little bit of success down there and get him running at Esteve as well. So fingers crossed. So I think we'll wait and see. Anyway, there's a poll live in the live chat just asking what you think the outcome will be today. Please select whichever one reflects your prediction. Are you going to go for a West Ham win, a Burnley win, or a draw? Now, as you're doing that, myself and Gonzo are going to compile a little bet, and if it wins, we're going to give one of you guys the winnings. Gonzo, what do you fancy?
I fancy a West Ham win. There's no doubt about that. And I can't guarantee we're going to be victorious, but I feel strongly we're going to win. I wouldn't mind doing a Wilson goal either. Definitely Bowen, either a goal or a shot on target. How's that? How'd you like them apples, as they say?
Well, there's been a goal at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Manchester United 2, Spurs 0. So the situation for West Ham is if we win today, we go 3 points behind Nottingham Forest, 6 points behind Leeds United, Spurs, and Crystal Palace, who play Brighton tomorrow. Right, Bowen shot on target, Wilson goal, and West Ham to win. That's what you're fancying.
Yeah.
Thus far. Oh, we're gonna have to spice this up a little bit.
Oh, really?
The odds
are
a little bit.
You chuck something in.
I will. I'm just checking something. Esteve's card record. No cards in 21 games. Okay.
Oh, we can't pick it. We can't pick him, can we?
I do like seeing as Florentino picked up a few, but he's stopped now. What's you go chuck with 3? Do you have any Burnley players? Hannibal gets a lot of cards.
It's got to be. Have a name like Hannibal. Come on. He's got to be up to some right mischievous.
Right,
stuff
we'll do Hannibal, and then I'll do my favourite thing, which is Somerville to be fouled on a couple of occasions because that's always landing. Right, I'll do £100. This bet wins. One of you guys will win £100. West Ham United to win, Callum Wilson to score, Bowen shot on target, Somerville to be fouled a couple of times, and Hannibal to pick up a card. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase.
Hannibal's hungry for success.
Hannibal hungry for success. Get that into live chat and you're entered into the bet giveaway. And if it wins, someone will win £100. And just want to say thank you to Aswiki saying, don't be nervous, Gio. We got this. Trust the lads. Thank you very much for your support, Aswiki, and also to Mark for his continued and incredible support of both channels. Thank you very much, Mark, who has put in a £20 super chat saying, afternoon, gents, and also to Andrew. So I just want to say I love the content and you've been a big inspiration for me to start a...
TT.
What's a TT? Yapping about West Ham.
TT.
Do you think it's a YouTube channel?
Maybe meant YT.
Yeah, maybe. Please check it out. 3-0.
Well, that's very, very nice. But,
put it in the live chat. Put more information in the live chat, Andrew. We'll try and keep an eye out for it. Not yet, though, because it's going quick with everyone entering the bet giveaway. Just wait a few minutes, put it in, and we're happy to point people in your direction. Always happy to support other West Ham channels. Paddy saying, are there any mods? I'm hoping Dean's around. Why? Is there something happening in the live chat?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the right rest is cannibalistic talk.
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. Of course. Why we're so thick? Why didn't we course?
Because we don't use it. That's why.
It's true. It's true. Well, good luck. Really, really good luck. You shout how it's done.
Andrew, how do people find it? Is it just called Andrew Sullivan? I don't know. Just let us know so we can actually point people in your direction rather than just
TikTok. Why do I know TT was TikTok?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it meant YT.
Yeah. Well, you just assume.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the preview, you said 3-0 West Ham. Are you still feeling that fruity? I feel like you're coming down a little.
I tweaked it to 3-1.
Are you sticking with 3-1?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm not. I'm worried about Tuesday, not more than this. I'm worried about everyone else. I'm not, I think this game we win this game. I'll be disgusted if we don't win this game. Absolutely disgusted. So I can't even. What I'm not going to do, because I think we're going to win it, is allow myself to get riled up into a bad mood and then be surprised that we win. I'm expecting us to win. I'm gonna when we finish this. I've got some stuff to put in the oven. I'm gonna do that.
What are you having?
Belgian buns. I'm gonna make me a sort of fresh tea, and I'm gonna enjoy the game. I'm gonna enjoy the game. I'm gonna watch West Ham win. Then I'm gonna watch England beat Wales at rugby. That's it. That's how my. I sound like a motivational speaker or something, but or maybe I'm just deluded. But that's how I intend my day to be today.
Yeah, I'm not a rugby fan, but I did see I've seen a video just before coming on here of Scotland fans in Rome being led down the road by bagpipers playing "O Flower of Scotland."
Oh, I bet that'd be amazing.
Goosebumps.
Yeah,
Goosebumps.
Wonderful.
Andrew's TikTok is called Yapping About West Ham. So basically, Andrew told us. Originally, Andrew told us his channel name and that it was on TikTok. And me and Gonzo couldn't work out his channel name or where it was. So this is on us, not Andrew. But if anyone is on TikTok, please go find Andrew. His channel name is, or his account name, whatever the correct term is, Yapping About WHU. Go give him a follow. And Aswiki going and followed him. So there you go.
Good. Well, there we go.
I'm nervous. I feel all week I've been feeling okay. My whole mentality has been, it's not in our hands anymore. So all we can do is win, move on to the next game, try get something against Man U, move on to Bournemouth. Well, we've got an FA Cup game. Hopefully we can win that. Move on to Bournemouth. Hopefully get a win. Move on. And in the meantime, just hope Spurs, Palace, Leeds, Forest drop points and we can get there and catch someone. But the thing is, that's why I said it's today a must win. It is on one hand, but it could also be we win and come down the season. It's not enough. I think we've run out of these must win games. I think we're now looking at games of could win and turning them into must wins because we're going to have to start winning some unexpected ones.
Yeah.
But you can only do that if you win the ones you're expected to win, which is today. It doesn't really matter who or how or what the score is. We just got to get 3 points, put the pressure on Palace tomorrow because they will be looking over their shoulders. The league table will flash up tonight and we're 6 points behind them. They're going to be thinking, bloody hell, we've not won in 13. I think it's 13. Not won in 13. West Ham are 6 points behind us. Where we play our rivals Brighton tomorrow. They're going to start worrying. They are going to start worrying. So we've just got to get the win, move on to the next one. And, Man, you've got the win today against Spurs, but it was heavily influenced by Romero just being an angry man. The Spurs, I think, were looking okay when it was 11 men v 11 men. So maybe we can sneak a point. I don't know. So I feel okay. Gonzo. Anyway, time for you guys to have your say. Please get your thoughts into the live chat while you're all doing that. If you're new to Hammer Chat, please do subscribe. We're getting closer to 50,000 subscribers on this channel. So please do keep subscribing. Drop a like on the video as well by clicking thumbs up button. So whenever someone comes onto YouTube, types in Burnley West Ham, this will be their #1 recommended video because of you lot clicking the thumbs up button. And make sure you subscribe to the forum channel as well, Hammer Chat Forum, where we're hosting our cup of tea every single week over there at the minute. And I'm enjoying it.
I think so.
Right, let's see what you're all saying in the live chat. Spud is saying pressure is on. Super Leeds United did the business, possibly a Leeds fan, but that's okay. You're welcome around here. Most of them are kind.
They are. They are. I was answering. There's a few on my video this morning as well.
I've met a few unkind ones in the last 12 hours, but majority are still really kind.
Yes.
Thank you to Johnny for the £10 super chat. Thanks to the super chats. There's no adverts on this video, and there's a video when you first click on it, hopefully, so we can earn some money. And then once you're in the stream, no adverts at all, thanks to the support in the live chat. Johnny saying you look like that Bella from Tartan Geo. We'd have rather seen Potts and Magas over Souček, but we move. Going to be a great match regardless. 4-1 West Ham. Enjoy, boys, and happy belated birthday, Gonzo.
Thank you very much, Johnny. Yes, I'd have chosen Magas over Souček as well. Definitely.
I think the good thing is when you were talking earlier, we go back to Nuno saying he needed to find solutions for the lack of energy in the final half hour of matches. And it only works if he's willing to sub Souček. But if he does take Souček off when the team are starting to flag a little bit and put on a Potts or a Magassa just to increase the ball retention. But saying that, I think bar Chelsea, Sunderland and Spurs, I thought Souček was quite good actually in possession. But bringing them on with Pablo, so you're bringing on energy in Pablo, but you're also bringing in ball retention and other midfielder. So there's maybe two ways there that he's possibly looking at it of thinking, well, how can we get... And also, as much as we don't like him very much, Adama will also bring energy going forward.
He I don't know what he's going to do. Something like that, probably. Yeah, I am.
I tell you what, do you know what wound me up? Do you know when things just wind you up and they shouldn't? And you feel silly, but you can't help it. The other day, he did like a FaceTime. Well, he was doing a FaceTime and Cucurella was there and he was like joking. I was thinking, what are you joking for? He started it and got your teammates sent off. I would have hung up. I'd have said, no, you do one. Scum.
Well, I think the thing is, so Cucurella was already on the podcast. Yeah. He was there first. So Traore's obviously agreed to go on. So it's not like him hang out. I think what he should have done is said to him, "Your right's across the street, mate. You know, you'd be right to do that because next time I see you in a game, I'd go Roy Keane and Alfie Haaland on him. Quite frankly,
you should have went on and called him a cheat and all sorts of things. Really rattled him." He shouldn't. It was too nice for my liking. I thought he's done the dirty on us a week ago, and you're there being pally, and I know they're friends off the pitch and stuff, and they've got a Spanish connection, but I didn't.
No, he's got great teeth though, Traore.
Yeah,
I've got a problem at the moment. I've got a temporary thing, right? I've got a crack in my tooth, and I'd tooth envy. Look, watch that podcast. I don't know what I was saying. It's in Spanish. Got some good old gnashers on him. Not quite Firmino. But or Coutinho, they're not quite that good, but they got some good gnashers on him. I'm jealous.
Dickie's saying, what a pity you can't add on 60 minutes. Nuno will take off all our attackers and we will end up stuck in our own box to your bet builder. Ricky's wearing his Hammers Chat football shirt for the first time on match day. Hoping it brings that little bit of luck we might need. Hammerboy08 said, I'm up for this one today. Excited now. Could be a big win in terms of performance and goals. We need it. Man U will be a hard game this week, so it really is massive, even more so. Alan is worried about the referee. Jonathan saying, I'd rather Spurs win Champions League and get relegated than Palace go down.
Do you know what? I'm not even fussy anymore. As long as we don't go down, that's all I care about.
I don't think Spurs will get relegated, right? But I just think it's funny. Just the idea of it, just the idea of Spurs getting relegated. I think every football fan, bar Spurs obviously, wants Spurs to go down.
That's actually true because you do hear it a lot. You know, like when you do this and you do the YouTube, you will get, funny enough, like Leeds fans. There was a number of them in today's video were saying, "Oh, good luck." Good, obviously they want to stay up, but yeah, hope you don't go down. They'll say I've got a soft spot for West Ham or whatever. Do you think anyone goes onto the Tottenham channel and says I've got a soft spot for Tottenham?
No chance. Everyone wants to see Spurs go down, in my opinion, because it would be funny, and also it would just be one of the Sky Sports 6 going down, and I think that's what a lot of the other 14 would like to see happen. Just have that monopoly in football disrupted. And also, I think the other 5 of the big 6 probably look at Spurs thinking, they're not one of us, that lot. What have you won? You've not won anything. You're not even here on merit. You're just here because you've got money. Go on, get down to the Championship. So I think everybody would like to see Spurs go down. It would just be funny if we could just keep them in it. But saying that, they've got Newcastle and then Arsenal their next 2 games. So
yeah, that's not going to be easy, is it?
Alexander saying, if you guys think that we will stay up, who do you think it will be going down in our place? At first, I would have expected Leeds, if you consider both squads, but it seems like Leeds might be better at the moment.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I do think we'll go down, but yeah, Leeds just looked too good yesterday. I just thought they looked too good, so I can't throw them in. So but let's play the game. So we go down. It might be Palace, bearing in mind everything that's going on there. I think who are they playing?
Brighton tomorrow.
Brighton, of course. They said derby, isn't it?
Yeah.
That could be quite key because you just don't know what the whole Glasner-Gahey thing. They didn't bring in a centre back, I understand it. So lost their captain. Obviously, Mateta didn't leave. He's unhappy. They bought Strand Larson. O'Neill thing capitulated on the last day of the season. Who knows? I mean, they don't look. They look like a club in turmoil at the moment. So maybe I'd have to pick Palace.
Hasib saying I would also pick. No, actually, I would pick Forest. Dyche's tactics stink. Hasib saying hope Disasi has a good game. Jack is saying Hermansen's clean sheet number 2.
Imagine that.
Today.
Imagine that. We get a clean sheet.
Yeah, 2 all season, and he's the 2. Andy says his missus reckons 2-1 West Ham.
I've done Mrs. Morris.
Hopefully. Nathan saying Hermansen will get a clean sheet and will become the main keeper. Mark my words, Gio. Thoughts? I mean, I hope so. We'll see.
Get a clean sheet, we win today.
Yeah, because I'm confident we'll score at least. I'd like to say at least 2, to be fair. Johnny, thank you very much for the support. Saying need to get the Unt mugs restocked. We actually have some. If you email us, Johnny, we'll sort something out with you. We've got plenty in stock. We're just keeping them for the runner-up prizes on a prediction competition over in Patreon at the minute rather than selling them, but we can sort something.
I don't have one.
Do you want
one?
Say
that much? Yeah, I think so.
Right, we'll sort yours
out.
I'll
email you.
Yeah, you've got to wait because the Royal Mail's refusing to come to my new address to pick up the sack, and the post office is like 20-25 minutes away on foot, so it's a good hour and a half probably round trip, including queuing time. So I don't really have an hour and a half in a day.
I've got to stick with my current.
Yeah, but if I've got to go to the post office, I might as well post your. I'm not going specially for you.
All right, cheers.
Nick saying, "What's your thoughts on Nuno allegedly?" There's no allegedly. He said it.
I heard him say it.
He was there.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it, Nick. I liked it. I'd like to hear more of it. Really. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought actually it did actually make me feel a little better. I thought if he's doing that to me. Imagine being sat in a room with him and he's saying it to the players. So I think it can only be a good thing.
Lewis saying, I think it's a good thing as well. And also, what else can he say? He's got to say that. And I want to hear everyone from the club drumming that message, which is we're staying up. We are staying up. They've got to. I don't want to. Yeah. Parker, in the build-up to this game, sat there saying, we're not confident. I mean, imagine being a Burnley fan. Your man just saying, the confidence is low in the squad. Well,
yeah, I didn't think his interview was great.
No, it's a man that's given up a little bit. I think he's decided, just pay me off. Come on then, just give me my money. I'm out of here. Lewis saying, play half as well as we did for most of the Chelsea game and we win. Yeah. If we can't manage this, that's it for me. No more hope. The thing is, out the last 3 games, I've enjoyed 5 halves of football.
Yeah.
And the more I think about the Chelsea one, he got his sub wrong. But as I did a little video, Timu Night Football, I called it on Patreon. I just think he got outclassed by the senior, and I think we got outclassed by Chelsea. He just didn't have any answers, and I think he got it wrong. And I'm not sure Burnley have the ability to do that, and I'm not sure Scott Parker's got the ability to do that. Essex Picks, thank you very much for the support, saying for the biscuits to go with Beer 52 later. This formation should see Tete in his favourite position off the front instead of leading the line.
I like that logo.
It is good, isn't it? I've often wondered if it's like a company or...
It's a Lego thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he does have a Lego channel, doesn't he? I think he's told us before. I think he might, maybe.
Maybe he likes Leroy Rossini. Sorry, Liam Rossini with the...
yeah.
Getting the team to play. Maybe the Chelsea team watch his channel.
Josh has got you a belated happy birthday drink.
You, Josh. Thank you.
We've got Mark saying Disasi must be match fit. If he isn't, and Nuno's decided to play him instead of Kilman, it's a massive statement. But then, how do you get someone match fit if you don't play them?
I do agree, Mark. I do agree. I think it's a hell of a statement in terms of how much he doesn't trust Kilman. Which
is ironic because we thought he did trust Kilman.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just click on this.
Go on.
Yes, Melk. Yeah,
what are you smirking at?
I do it all the time.
I often wonder what you see, though.
Because you're basically, you're there, camera's there, the comments are there, as people obviously know if they're regular watchers. So yeah, of course, I love the, this, I love the live stuff and the comments by this and Cup of Tea are my favourite videos, really.
Avid saying we look good more than not in the last few games. Chelsea brought in quality that we just can't match. Ramsey is saying Palace and Spurs can get dragged into it. Forest will be shaky. We just need to keep getting results.
the Tuesday game's huge. Obviously, we have to win today, and I know I'm speaking like we've already won today. I understand that, but yeah, we have to. We got no business being in the Premier League if we can't beat Burnley. It's as simple as that, really.
Yeah, I completely agree. Essex Bricket is a Lego YouTube channel. So you go. If anyone likes Lego, head over to Essex Bricks' YouTube channel. Get involved.
So my friend, he built there's a spaceship in 2001, A Space Odyssey, and he worked out how to make it, right? And he made it with his own bricks. And off the back of that, he made the plans on how you make it. Now, you can't buy this spaceship. Lego don't do a set. So basically, it was some schematics of how you build this spaceship. And then what you then do is what the bricks you're going to need. It was how you order them, where you order them. Anyway, so he did this thing. And he sold. You basically could buy the instructions, sort of thing. You could buy the instructions off him on how to do it for a tenner. And he sold loads of them. He wasn't selling any Lego bricks. He was just selling these instructions as a PDF, which he'd send to people. And they pay a tenner, basically, how to build this ship that he'd made. I mean, he made a nice amount of money out of it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Nick's saying you can get match fit by training, playing games outside the Premier League. Sometimes you can be fit with the actual players. Whilst I agreed, under 21s tend to play on a Friday, and I think it's not impossible, but the idea of Disasi playing last night in London and then travelling late last night or first thing this morning to get up to Burnley to be on the bench, could you imagine Nuno said that? Is he on the bench? No. Where is he? Well, he's playing for the 21s. So who's on the bench? We don't have anyone.
Yeah.
So I think he has to. He didn't have to start him. He could have started Kilman. He didn't have to start Disasi today. But I think Disasi had to be in the squad today, and therefore possibly wouldn't have been able to play for the under-21s last night. It's difficult. Listen, this is on Chelsea, no one else. It's not on Disasi, and it's not on us. It's on Chelsea. Yeah. But there are some players that are just incredibly, most of them are incredibly professional, look after themselves really well, and actually when they walked up, they might have had a look at him in training and thought, this guy's ready, this guy's good, he's kept himself in top shape. It's very... I mean, when we brought in Lingard from Man U, he'd barely played, and he came in and bang, he didn't look like he looked like he'd been playing last week. It's a bit of a stretch, but I'm okay with him starting. I just hope he has a decent game. Stuart saying getting 50,000 subscribers is huge, lads. Watch you guys daily and can't wait to see you hit it. Yeah,
thank you, Stu.
Neither can Mrs. Gio. She's also asking every flipping. It's doing my head in. I wish I never bothered saying it now. It's sort of ruined the thing.
Well, she could check.
Yeah, she does, but she doesn't. But I've also told her to stop clicking on the channel because...
Oh, okay.
Because of everything with Grace a year ago and stuff like that. So it's she's got PTSD. She clicks on the Hammers Chat YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But she was watching the watch along last week because someone got really confused. We were talking. I don't know why. I mentioned something about the weather, and I said that I used to be fine with the cold when I was up in Scotland. I said, but since I moved to England, I've got pussy. And the person said, thought you were married. And I was like, what? And then so Lauren texted me saying, no, I think he means you go out and get girls. I was like, oh, right, okay. I was like, oh,
well, I knew what he meant. Yeah.
But I was just removing it. He removed the context, which was the weather, and just listened to it isolated. Mancunian saying they will pack in midfield today. Thomas and Fernandez will have a lot to do without Pablo.
That's true. That is true. That's a good observation. I do think we will see Tete sitting a little bit deeper though on this one.
We've seen Tete get back occasions anyway because remember against Chelsea he was down in our own corner flag at one point.
Yeah,
helping out and stuff. So but we've had a week to prepare for this game. We should be ready. I'll be disappointed if we are not ready for this match.
That wasn't the comments. That was a squirrel. He doesn't know I'm in here.
Trying to get you nuts.
Always.
Dirty squirrel. Wayne says, makes sense to start Disasi. We'll inevitably go to a back three later, so we'd rather settle when we're not under pressure and bring on a player with minutes this season.
Oh, yeah. He's right. We probably will go to a back three.
I just hope that he's had his fingers burnt. He was quite... He didn't go as far as saying he messed up against Chelsea. But he also didn't not take the blame, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he said, I think, because he interrupted a journalist. The journalist was teeing up and basically said, do you wish you did something different? And he said, of course, like, I'm always making mistakes. I'm always learning. He said, we always make mistakes. And I thought that's as close as you're going to get to a manager saying, I got the sub wrong. And whilst I quite like it, I need to see change, which is if we're 2-0 up today or something, you don't chuck Kilman on and go to a back three. But if we're 2-0 up today and he brings off Wilson and puts on Potts or Magassa, then I might go, okay, he's learnt a lesson here. He's
For sure.
He could have went Kilman, but he hasn't. I need to see change from when next in a winning position, but he's not just going to chuck on a defender and start panicking a little bit. He had to do a change at Chelsea. He just got the wrong one. He just made the wrong one. But anyway.
There we go.
Russ saying, drives me mad. Pundits saying every year a team free falls into relegation, and every year it doesn't.
It's one of those things, isn't it? I know. I do say that. Someone always drops down. Yeah.
It usually is, I think. The last couple, it's a bit different because the last couple of seasons, the 3 promoted got relegated again. But there is often teams that do drop down and just...
Well, not everyone. just by the manner of the way the league it is, not everyone can play well from now until the end of the season. So yeah, we'll be interested. And I think we are just hoping that it's one of the teams within touching distance. You know, rather than Sunderland, for instance. Sunderland are so far gone. If they have a terrible end to the season, they're still going to be fine. But we actually do need it to be Palace or Tottenham or whoever, you know.
We've done a poll. I've just finished the poll. Gonzo, 1,300 people kindly voted. As percentages, how many people do you think went for a West Ham win today?
64%.
And a draw?
Oh, I don't know. I have to start doing maths now, don't I? Which I can't do. The next one is the draw, and the least is the loss.
Okay, how much percent do you think went for Burnley? I'm not going to ask you how much does that leave over for the draw. Don't worry, I'm not going to...
8%, and I don't know. 8%.
You're actually bang on with that. 8% of people went for Burnley win. 79% went for a West Ham win, leaving 13%.
I might have done better to do that one. But yeah, good.
So out of 1,300 people, 79% of people think West Ham are going to win.
Well, there you go. And I'm one of them. Well, I'm not because I didn't vote in it, but there you go. I would be if I hadn't done.
Yeah, lots of...
more than 79% then, maybe.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have moved the needle much, actually, would it? No, still be 79%. There you go. Anyway.
Lots of confidence in the live chat. Gonzo's feeling quite confident. I'm optimistic. I'm a bit concerned, actually. I don't know why. It's...
You one of the 8%?
No, I think we'll win.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't. I would just be like, oh, just West Ham, isn't it? I think...
Hold on, 2 seconds. Sorry, I've got to click on something. Is that Brian Blessed? Obviously not you. Is that Brian Blessed in that picture? He said, good morning, Theo and Gonzo from Toronto, 18. Me and the boys are sat outside in a car waiting for our pub to open, which I think is really, really pretty cool.
Wait, minus 18 and you're still in the car? Like...
No wonder he's wearing armour.
Is it safe to drive in minus 18?
They'll have to have the chains on the tyres. I'm desperate to get that pub. Open the bloody pub. I hope they got a fire on.
Got the Huskies to drag them down to the pub. Didn't say the car, he drove the car, attached the Huskies to the car and got them to...
Bears and some bears and stuff in Canada. Got to be careful out there.
That's a big commitment to go watch West Ham in the pub.
I like it. I hope they bloody let him in before the game starts.
I like it as well.
Go warm the telly up like my one.
Yes, why I always think whenever I see someone on social media, it's geography is the biggest put down, and I often think all it does is prove that person using it isn't up for a debate or can't debate. So person A has an opinion, person B will come along and go, You're from Australia. Sit this one out. And I think, wow.
I do say that.
Just say I'm not intelligent enough to have a debate, because that's what your tweet says to me anyway. But it's a put down, I think. But the people in Australia and America and wherever around the world get up at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday to watch us play football. That is commitment. I moan when we have to do it pre-season 5 times if we were on an American tour and it's at 1 a.m. kickoff. I'm like, and I'll be doing it during the World Cup. I'll be sat here going, oh, bloody stupid kickoff time. They do it week in, week out to watch us get dicked by God knows who in the Premier League. Go to work knackered. Honestly, I think every fan has their own commitments, and every fan has their own sacrifices in following their football team or sports team in general. And I've always said, arguably, if you live in Stratford compared to Australia, it's actually easier to support West Ham living in Stratford. Like you just go around the corner to the game. People have to get up at God knows what time in the morning and stuff like that. I don't know. I've always found it like a strange argument, as if they don't make their own sacrifices just because they live on the other side of the world. And most people, it's not their fault they support West Ham. It's their bloody parents' fault.
Exactly.
I bet they all curse their dad and go, why do we have to support West Ham? But the fact that someone wakes up in the middle of the night to watch West Ham play, they are, in my eyes, a proper West Ham fan.
I'll tell you something funny. A couple of weeks ago, I was in the supermarket, and there was a guy in there in a Reading top, and there was another guy, clearly a Reading fan. He said, "Oh, you going to the game, mate?" And he went, "Yeah, just grabbing a couple of things quickly." Within like 10 meters, somebody else walked past there in a Barcelona top, and he went, "All right, mate, you going to the game?"
Brilliant. To be fair,
we're quite close to Reading here, basically.
To be fair,
over near Catalonia.
To be fair, this person, Marky, his brother lives in Oklahoma and gets up at 7 o'clock. Marky lives in Spain and goes to home and away games. He flies over every weekend.
Amazing.
Now, he hasn't gone to the game today because it's more expensive to fly to Manchester than it is Stansted. But he's a season ticket holder and lives in Spain. And he travels over. It's lots of fans of remarkable stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, right, Gonzo, you better get yourself off, get your food in the oven, get ready for the game, and I'll look forward to your review after the match.
Thank you. Yeah, enjoy the watch along. Enjoy the game, everybody, and I'm hopeful. I'll catch you later.
Catch you in a bit. That's him gone. It's just me and you now. So keep me company for the next 17 minutes until kickoff, as I remove my ear and get my other ear in. So just in case someone decides to smash in through the window, I can hear them as well as see them. And as we say, if I hear the door go, it's not going to make a difference. Can I get up and go get it? Can I? I'm doing this. But I'll hear it and I think someone's at the door and I'm not answering it. But we're stuck. Right, let me shut down this because the less tabs I have open, the better. Let's get rid of that because we don't need Gonzo anymore. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Nearly 2,000 of you watching live. Not quite, but nearly. Please do keep subscribing. Get closer to that 50,000 subscribers. Because when I do take in Mrs. Gio out, and also I've got to say a massive thank you to you lot. One guy in particular. So do you remember? I had a little complaint over Christmas that I never got a dartboard. I wanted a dartboard, didn't get one because we've got room for it now. We've moved. And some of you kind people said, here's a fiver. You lot donated so that I could buy a dartboard, and I did. I went on to Target and got the Tor dartboard because that's the one I wanted. I believe they're the best in the business, so I went and got it. Did my research, Tor dartboard, went and got it, sorted. And then when we played Wolves, yes, that game, when we played Wolves, I was like, hey everyone, thanks for the dartboard. I've ordered it. So that's what I did. Anyway, life works in mysterious ways sometimes. I got an email from someone. One of our subscribers called Matt, who works at Target. How about that? So Matt has kindly sent me a couple of darts. Well, 2 packs of darts, really. So I've got the Stephen Bunting ones here. These are new out. They only came out this month. Got those darts. And we've also got these ones as well, which are their darts of the month. And so they're on special offer at the minute. So they've got, I don't know, 10 quid off or something like that. So kind of give me my darts. And also We've got these as well, which helps the bounce out and stuff like that. The shift ones. So there you go. So Matt, thank you very much for my presents. That's very kind of you. And if you guys listen, you don't have to go. Don't go buy stuff because of this. But if any of you are ever going to go buy anything darts, do consider going to Target, because there's a West Ham fan that works at Target. And he sent me them. He's also sent me a link, because basically, in the future, me and Gonzo are going to play each other at darts, because he said he could beat me at darts on his Christmas Eve stream. And I thought, right then. So he's motivated me, Gonzo has. And Target basically said, we might sponsor the video. How about that? So there's a link in the description below. If you are ever considering getting darts or dartboard, anything like that, do consider going to Target using our link. That's it. Okay, so they're not paying to sponsor the stream or anything like that. Matt's just kindly sent me a couple of packs of darts. The bunting ones are, but the other ones are only, I don't know exactly how much they are, but they're less than 80 quid. They're less than 80 quid. Because they're on offer at the minute. So do consider heading over there. Right then, 15 minutes away from kickoff at Turf Moor. How are we all feeling in the live chat? Please let me know how you're feeling ahead of this game. Not your score predictions, but your actual thoughts and opinions and feelings. I'm a bit nervous. I feel optimistic. I think we should have enough to win the game. I think apparently Areola had a knock, and that's why Hermansen's starting. So I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that's why he's starting. Otherwise, I think it's a big call. Disasi starting, big call. It was going to be a big call, whoever he started at centre-back. And I understand why he's picked Wilson over Pablo. At the end of the day, let me ask you this question. Feel free to answer it. Actually, please do answer it in the live chat. Who would you be more confident in scoring? Wilson, Pablo or Tete? And this is not, before someone starts suggesting it's criticism of a certain striker, it's not. It's just a question. Who do you think is more likely to score? Because I think it's Callum Wilson. I think Wilson is the most likely goal scorer out of those three. So I think it makes sense to start him in this game, especially when we've got Man U on Tuesday. Probably not the right game to start Callum Wilson in. But that's what I would go for. Mike's saying Wilson. Cockney Boys Wilson. Stuart's Wilson. Essex is Tete. Timeless, Johnny, Nicholas, Matt, Mark, Hammerboy, Iron's Disciple, that's where it was. Where are you, Iron's Disciple? Feza, Brad, all Wilson, Jason's Tete, Jamie, Mark. The chat goes too quick. Most people are Wilson, a few Tates, right? It's not offensive. It's not a criticism of the other two. That's why Hammer saying Bowen. Listen to the question. I'm hard of hearing. I've got an excuse, right? Lobster saying Somerville. Listen to the question. It's not an option. Which one of the three strikers is most likely to score? Wilson, Tete or Pablo? Bowen is not an applicable answer. Wrong. YouTube, I love it. I love it. Me and Gonzo always refer to that time when we did Cup of Tea originally, before we had to change the model and how we do things on Hammers Chat. And someone just asked, do you prefer Indian or Chinese? And Gonzo was Indian and I was Chinese. And because Gonzo picked Indian, someone said to him, why do you not like Indian? Why do you not like Chinese? And Gonzo was like, I didn't say I don't like Chinese, I just prefer Indian. But the person just decided, well, because you've done that, it means that you don't like YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. Not everyone, just some people. Funny. I'm still arguing with the person earlier. There was a Leeds fan. I said that Burnley are going down regardless, and he said, well, that's a bit arrogant. I said, okay, well, I bet you Burnley go down. You should be willing to take that. If not, then you think Burnley are going to go down. So why? And he replied saying he doesn't want to take the bet. So I was like, yeah, but he didn't say he doesn't bet or anything. He said, well, let's see after today. I was like, no. Right now, do you? Because if you think Burnley are going to go down, that's okay. But if I think Burnley are going down, it's arrogant. Damn. I don't know. Ryan, as long as it's in before 3 p.m, we're okay. We're not too. I am strict with some of the rules. I am strict. You're not allowed to edit your comments. I'm strict with that. how you write it, I'm strict with that. But as long as you get it in before kick-off, I'm pretty laid back. It's just, if I say 3 p.m, people will be putting in... There's always people that miss the deadline every week. So if I say deadline's 3 o'clock, there will be people putting their predictions in at 2 minutes past. And that's when it's... So I say 1:45 in order for it to have a buffer zone. Paul saying, I can see Burnley winning this today. Just got that sketchy feeling. Lee's saying, to be fair, come out with strange stuff too. Like what? Like what? Fred saying, fair play, Leeds. Keep waiting for the dip, but you are looking solid. They are. They are. It was rocking at Ellen Road last night, weren't it? It's quite impressive. I was quite jealous. Roger saying, looking forward to the game. Hopefully we can win. Play like we did first half against Chelsea. We should be okay. Wilson most likely to score, and I reckon he will. I'm hoping Pablo comes off the bench and gets a goal. I was really wanting to see Pablo get a goal, and hopefully he can come on and make it 3-1 or something like that. There we go. Touch is saying, I want to see Pablo play as number 9 for a change. I would as well, personally. I would as well. I think he's doing okay in his new role that we've seen so far. Tat Rift is saying, I think we'll win 3-1. It's obviously a massive game, but I feel like we will be okay. Excited to see how Disaster goes. Hammerboy08 saying, we've looked pretty good most recently. I fully expect a commanding win today. We're more than capable of it. Now is the time to prove it. Hope so. I do. The thing is, you can't relax, can you? Do you know if we're 2-0 up? For a lot of teams, I think they could go 2-0 up and start to relax a little bit. But like the fans, we can't. And I think that's one of the most stressful things. There's not really a comfy thing. But maybe 3-0 against Sunderland, I was quite relaxed. But, yeah... Too many times. 18 points we've dropped. 18 points we've dropped from winning positions. It's difficult. Pete says, prefer to use Magassa at centre-back rather than bring on Max Kilman. I haven't seen him play at centre-back. I know he has played there, but... Mark saying, commentators last night were saying there's not many grounds that have that atmosphere at Elland Road. Stu saying a lot will depend on Tete, how much space he can create for Somerville and Bowen. Audio saying the only thing I'm nervous about is Hermansen. And he's even more nervous than him. Chris is saying, I hope Hermansen keeps a clean sheet to quiet some of the doubters. Sam saying 3 goals up and we might just come away with a point. Paul saying I was nervous when Bobby scored. I was, because it's hard not to be, isn't it? Reese is saying, think all bottom teams would devise a plan to send Spurs and Forest down. Would be happy for West Ham and Palace to stay up, but hate the other 2 clubs. Who do you support, Reese? Get the feeling you're not a West Ham fan. You're Leeds, aren't you? You're Leeds. I think Reese is Leeds. I'm sure he is. Hammer Boy saying, I think we've had decent options off the bench today. As long as we don't bring on a centre-back to close the game off, I'm optimistic the subs can make a positive impact. I actually agree with that one. I agree. Fluffy saying, is it a Premier League record? No, I don't know what the record is, but I'm going to say no. It's probably not. Phil saying, when was the last time we won a game that we were expecting to win and was a must-win? Burnley? At home? I think. Right. Nicholas Kante is on the bench. Just scrolling along the bottom of your screen. I appreciate I'm clicking on comments, but this is a period where I click on comments. But yeah, Burnley at home is possibly the last time we had a must-win game and won it. We've not been great in those games, have we? Right then, let me just get my scoreboard up. That's not it. That's it. There we go. The scoreboard is now on your screen. It's ready. The clock is ready. I am ready. Are you ready? Marky, how am I feeling? Nervous, actually. Really, really nervous. I just pray that we can win today and move on till Tuesday night. Thank you very much for Fortunes Down Under in the support. Saying with Man U coming up next week could be the 5th game for that bloke to get his hair cut. West Ham stopping from a fresh trim. Pablo last minute winner. Imagine they finally won 4. We rock up and beat them. And he has to keep his afro going. Mick saying, I hope we can keep a clean sheet. Be good for confidence, but if we do keep a clean sheet, do you bench Areola? I think so. At this stage of the season, at where we are, I think a lot of it's down to confidence and momentum. And you've got a goalkeeper that's kept a clean sheet. I think you keep him for the next one. Connor saying, Man Panel's in deep discussions with Bourne in the tunnel. He's speaking to Souček now. Reese, he's a Leeds fan, was one of the one that came from One Leeds and stuck around as I enjoy your content. Thank you very much, Reese. It's very, very kind of you. Most Leeds fans I've come across, so really, really nice. What I will say there is Areola's just come down the tunnel, just high-fiving everyone, which is, it's nice. When a player gets, if he has got a knock, he'll know, but when a player's been dropped, it's nice to see them still, for the good of the team, put the team before them. Timeless, am I happy with Kepter Manson? I think he needed a move. I think he needed to leave West Ham and just go somewhere else and have a fresh start. I still rate him as a goalkeeper, but I feel like it's almost like the damage is done at West Ham. Is it reversible? That's what I'm a little bit nervous about. I just hope he has a bloody good game today. I hope the defence give him the protection. I hope he has a really good game. But we'll wait and see. Mohammed's just subscribed. Can't wait for the game. Nervous, but hopefully we can win. Well, thank you very much. DV is saying you can make one change to line up. What would it be? Migasa for Souček, maybe. I think maybe that's what we would. I think that's what I would do personally. What about you? If anyone can make one change, what would you do? Get that into live chat. When you're doing that, I'm waiting for a pee. I've got 3 minutes. That's enough time. The toilet is literally right there. I'm going to go for a quick piss and get your comments into live chat. When I come back, I'll read some of them out and we'll get ready for kickoff. And kickoff 3 minutes away at Turf Moor. I'll be back in a minute. I'm back, baby. Right then. Let's see what you were saying. Edmund says Scarls for Juf. That's an interesting one. I'm not against it. I understand Disciples saying the same thing as well. I've been saying the same. A lot of people saying Scars for Juf actually. So that's a popular one. Kurt would have said Potts for Souček. No one swapping the keeper. Here we go. Digital. Areola for Hermansen. So there is a goalkeeper switch suggested. Crams support the. Oh, it moves about. Look, it's designed like that. I don't know how to. I guess it's the plastic. It's not central on the back of the chair. There we go. It is now. It's a poorly designed part of the chair, I think. Unless there's a knack to it I don't know about. But I don't use it. I lean forward a lot anyway. Woody is Scarls. Some would have the corpse of Bobby Moore instead of Disassi. Mark, it has. I can have either. I've got two. Look, I'll show you, Mark. There's two different scoreboards. And if there was me and Gonzo, then I'll go with the little one at the top. But the big one on the side, because it's just me, it's better to have that because it does have the goal scorers. Hopefully, it'll be full of West Ham ones in just a few minutes. No, we don't sell the chairs. I don't think they sell the chairs at all. I don't know if they've gone bust or something, but they don't. I don't think you can buy them anymore. Anyway, we're just about to get underway at Turf Moor, so let me just get my clock ready. And Hannibal, we are underway. I've missed the kickoff. I need a clock to go up there so I can align it with mine. For fucking... What a terrible start. Well, hopefully West Ham are a bit more efficient than I am here. Put the clock up on the thing so I know what... 20. There we go. We're up and running. We're up and running with the clock now. Thank you very much for joining me. Right, we're off at Turf Moor. Burnley got the game underway. Dubravka goes long, but Wan-Bissaka is wrestling Anthony for it, but Souček gets stuck in there before Fleming. Gives it back to Mavropanos, and Disassi is on the ball, and he's had his first touch in a West Ham shirt. As he gives it to Juve and gets it back from him. Wearing the number 4 shirt for the Hammers this afternoon as Mavropanos goes down the right-hand side, but it's cleared by Pires. And Fernandes gets it under control. I just love him. I might love them all if we win. Low tempo so far. West Ham just played around at the back. Fernandes dropping in with Disassi and Mavropanos to get on the ball. And the Greek is just a nice little ball into Thomas Souček there. I am nervous. Tete giving it to Souček. Gives it back to Fernandes. As Tete is already dropping a little bit deeper than Callum Wilson, who's just been standing in an offside position so far. Come on, boys. Let's just get the win. Win today. 3 points behind Nottingham Forest. 6 points behind Leeds United. 6 points behind Spurs. 6 points with Crystal Palace, who will have a game in hand as they play Brighton tomorrow at the Amex Stadium. But this would put us in a position of the pressure is on the other team at least. Hermansen goes long after being put under pressure. Callum Wilson does well just to guide it to Jared Bowen, and he gets it back from Jared Bowen. And Bowen's not the best ball by Wilson there. Ended up tripping over, but it's a throw in now to West Ham. High down our right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka will take this just outside the Burnley box. West Ham kicking right to left in our away kit as Jared Bowen whips in a cross, but it's headed away by Florentino. And Anthony gets it down. Bowen slipped again, but the pass from Fleming's not great, and Hermansen clears. And that's a cheap throw-in to give away there. It just hit and Pires and went out for a throw-in to West Ham, just inside Burnley's half, over on our right-hand side. Burnley letting us have the ball at the back. People asking about Areola. Apparently, Areola's had a knock, and that's why Hermansen is in. I'm sure Nuno, if he hasn't already before the match, will clarify as to why there's been a change in goal. Pete saying Bowen needs to change his footwear. He's tripped over twice in 3 minutes. I think the first one he tripped and the second one he slipped, but not again. I think Pete is correct. West Ham having to be very patient. We've enjoyed a lot of the ball so far. We're just knocking about at the minute, and Burnley are letting us. They're not pressing at all. Most of our passes have been between Mavropanos, Disassi and Fernandes, though, with the fullbacks occasionally getting involved. But that was a lovely ball by Juve to Somerville. Poor ball by him to Tete, but nice quick play there by Juve and Somerville. As Marcus Edwards comes down the right-hand side for Burnley. chance for them to put us under pressure here, playing it around. Hugo Chuck was picked up in a good area, but Jared Bowen's done really well just to pinch it off him. And he's looking to break away. Wilson's on the right-hand side, Somerville on the left. Jared Bowen gives it to Somerville up against Kyle Walker. Bowen, Wilson in the middle, Tete arriving as Somerville takes it on Walker and goes down. And the referee gives a goal kick. Somerville looking for a penalty there. He certainly went round Kyle Walker. I think initially it looked like it was a strong defending Walker. I'm going to have a bit look at the replay here. Yeah, Walker's got his arm on him because Somerville's so small. It's sort of, he's got his hand on Somerville and there's a lot, but maybe not enough. Maybe not enough. But good play by Somerville. He's definitely skinned Kyle Walker. And defender panicked. I think it's one of them, if the referee gives it, VAR doesn't get involved. And there is no VAR. They've already had a look at it, Mark, and we continue at 0-0 as Burnley have already taken the goal kick. But certainly a shout for a penalty for West Ham there. Good play by Somerville. I'm okay with that not being a penalty, personally. I think it would have been a bit soft, and I don't mind physical contact in the box like that. I think if you start giving pens for that, you're going to be giving quite a few penalties out. So I'm okay with it not being given. But it's like I said, one of them, had the referee given it, I don't think they would have overturned it. They would have just said, stick with the on-field decision. But good play. West Ham have the ball in possession again. It was just knocking it around at the back. Fernandez dropping in to pick it up from Disasio on this occasion. Burnley just sitting on the halfway line. Not coming off the halfway line at all, really. As Panos pops out to Wan-Bissaka. You've not got much options here other than to go back to Panos, and he does just that. He gives it to Disassi. He feeds it into Somerville. Good pass that by Disassi, actually. I quite like it. I know it's slim and it's like all he's done is pass to a player, but it's good. Fernandez goes long looking for Wilson. Not the best pass though. Perez takes it down, gives it to Florentino. Wilson nicks off him and gets a kick for his troubles, but the referee says no as Hannibal looks to get Edwards in behind, and he just gets there before Hermansen and he goes down, but there's no foul by Hermansen. He's just slipped. And Juft's done well to take over from Hermansen, allowed the goalkeeper to backtrack. Cross comes in. Disassi gets there just before Hugo Chukwu and gives Juft the opportunity to clear. Bit of hesitation there from Hermansen. I think when that ball was first played, I think Hermansen paused for a second and that made him second favourite to get to the ball. And it was one of them iffy ones that if Edwards, you'd imagine Hermansen goes to the ground, you'd imagine that's a penalty, but Hermansen stayed on his feet. And we carry on. Thomas Souček on the ball for West Ham at the minute. And gives it to Mavpanos. We're just going to have to be calm here. There's going to be a big temptation to start going long. Dom saying you're happy with the decision to go with Hermansen. I personally would have stuck with Areola. However, there's rumours that Areola's got a knock and that's why there's been a change. I agree with Avid. Both sides looking a little bit nervous. What's going on here? We've got a throw-in, but we're not taking the throw-in. I'm hoping they're not doing a VAR on this penalty against us. Even Edwards didn't even look for the pen. He went down and just got on with it. I don't have audio, but we're not taking it, and it's not even showing us the replay or anything on the screen. Here we are. We're looking at the replay now. Edwards gets there. Hermansen does come out. I don't think there's any contact. If there is, it's a brush. Edwards is down before he even gets to Hermansen. That's not a pen. Get on with it. There's no more contact there than there was. There's something on the pitch. That's okay. I thought they were looking at the... People were saying a projectile's been thrown. Okay. I thought they were looking at that maybe being a pen. I was thinking, what on earth? There was more contact by Kyle Walker. Look at these pathetic shin pads. What's the point? It's that big. I kid you not. His shin guard is the size of a Tic Tac box. Oh, Wilson brought that down. Good defending by Humphreys. Corner kick to West Ham United. What's the point of shin guards? Just get rid of them. I think that I do predict that in a couple of years we're going to go back to they've got to be a certain size because they're just dangerous. Those little things, they're not doing anything. There's no protection whatsoever, none. And I see a lot more shin injuries now. But it's a corner kick to West Ham United. On our left hand side, Somerville will take it, so it will be an in swinger. Somerville sends it in. Oh, it's bouncing around. Oh, it's been cleared. It's been cleared. That was unlucky. That was a decent ball in by Somerville. And it looked like it was Callum Wilson that got there first, maybe. But it was blocked by someone and then cleared before Disasi could get a swing at it. And we go again. Disasi on the ball, just on the halfway line. Souček in a bit of space there. Disasi finds him up against Florentino. Souček's just shielding him at the minute, giving out to Somerville on the left. Up against Kyle Walker. Juve does fantastically well just to take Kyle Walker away. Give Somerville that little bit of space to turn and face. Oh, he's offside. Well, he did do well. Juve did really well. Somerville was sort of... Kyle Walker was really close to Somerville there, and Somerville wasn't quite facing the Burnley goal. Juve came down on the overlap, and Kyle Walker had to go with him, and it just allowed Somerville to turn and start facing that Burnley defence. And he gave the ball to Juve, and he was offside, but I'm really happy with that play by Juve. Just to drag Kyle Walker away. You've got to get Somerville on the ball and give him some space to run into. When he hits top speed, he's very, very hard to defend against. We know this. Good header by Wan-Bissaka. Souček flicks it on. Fernandes picks it up. He's on the move. West Ham got a chance here. Somerville's on the move. Fernandes. He looks for Somerville. He finds Somerville. Yes! 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 Somerville again! Our boy! Yes! West Ham United 1-0 up at Turf Moor. Assist from Fernandes. Goal from Somerville. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. The boys are 1-0 up. Yes! Unbelievable form. He's in unbelievable form. Listen, scored against Forest. Don't care if it's disallowed. Scored against Forest. Scored against QPR. Scored against Spurs. Scored against Sunderland. Scored against Chelsea. And he scored against Burnley. Fernandes picks it up. He's on the move. He's well onside, and there's a lovely little dink by Somerville over Dubravka. That's a finish of a player in confidence. 9-1 to score first as well. Give me my money, Denise. Give me my money. Give me my money. Come on. Ah, you beautiful, beautiful man. 5 kissing. QPR, Spurs, Sunderland, Chelsea, Burnley. 5. I'm saying 6 because that goal against Forest. Anyway, West Ham United in the lead. Game resumed. Oh, come on. 3 points behind Nottingham Forest in the live league table. I need to get rid of that done deals. I've just realised. Where's done deals? Get rid of that widget. Where is it? There we go. It's gone away now. Come on. Disasi on the ball. Frankie's been a bit naughty in the live chat. but he's paid to be naughty, so I'll click on it. Frankie's putting £2 super chat saying Championship, because some people, not I for what it's worth, some people called Somerville a Championship player, so he's been a bit naughty. What did I break? Did I break something? Anyway, Burnley on the attack. It's Fleming, blocked by Mavropanos. I'll piss off. He's taking way too long here, Fleming. There's a couple of opportunities there. Florentino crosses it. Hermansen does really well. He's absolutely killed Juve in the process. I don't care. That's what your goalkeeper's got to do. The cross came in quite deep. And Hermansen came out and got something on it. And he's absolutely clattered Juve on the way. But I'm okay with that. As a goalkeeper, I want my goalkeepers coming through the defence to get their hands on it. I'm just going to check that I'm not actually broken anything like Edwards is saying. I don't think I have. I don't see anything broken. Anyway. Burnley 0, West Ham United 1. Somerville goal. Tim, no, you cannot get a yellow for fouling your own player. It's not a foul. What we're saying, chap, we're feeling confident. I'm feeling I feel like a bit calmer now. I'm feeling a little bit calmer. We've got a Man U fan in the live chat. Always welcome, as long as you're polite, no trolling. Says, hi mate, hope family's well. Hope you guys win so that when we play, you have a good game on our hands. And whoever wins. Well, thank you very much for the support, Man United fan. It's very, very kind of you, so thank you very much. Let's check I'm not... Oh, Gary, I missed this. Gary as well, saying Tete first half, Bowen second half, get in front, stay there. He did put this in before, just as the game was kicking off. I might have been peeing when he put it in, but Gary, thank you, and also to Luke as well. Oh, and also Dean, bloody hell, I've missed a few. Dean saying, I feel the same as you, resigned to watching us in the Championship, so I can't get disappointed about the rest of the season. He did put that in before kickoff. I've only just seen it, so thank you very much for the support. Thanks to the support in the live chat. There's no adverts on the stream. As Burnley get the game underway, Kyle Walker taking the throw in. It goes back. It gets whipped in. It's headed away by Mavropanos. Hermansen did come for it, but Mavropanos took control and headed it away. And Somerville clears it, preventing it going out for a corner kick. And it's another throw in to Burnley down their right hand side. Kyle Walker on the ball. He's crossed it. Disassi clears it. Dubravka, dodgy header there, but Kyle Walker will get there. Under pressure from Somerville. Finds Hannibal. Stevie just strolling forward in that left centre-back area for Burnley and gives it out to Pires. Florentino on the ball now. Humphreys, Walker, back to Humphreys. Into Florentino. Now it's Burnley's turn to have the ball, and West Ham just saying, go on then, what are you going to do with it? We looked good on the counter-attack against Chelsea, and... you know, our goal was on the counter-attack, but most of the game we've been having the ball in comfortable areas. But now that we're 1-up, it's going to force Burnley just to come out a little bit, and that might actually help us play the way that we played against Chelsea when we were good for 45 minutes. But it's important. You don't need me to tell you this, but it's really important that we go get a second goal, possibly even I mean, this is where it's going to sound arrogant, but West Ham fans will know what I mean. It's possibly important that we need to go get a third goal before half-time if we can. As West Ham look to break here, but Fernandez has been brought down by Florentino. And it's free kick to West Ham, just in the middle of our half, actually. People in the live chat talking about Hermansen. I'll be honest with you. I'm not being biased. I'm going to come across like I'm being biased. Hermansen just came for that. He should have shouted, right? And he should have, because he was well clear. He was going to get his fists on it, not a problem. But Mavropanos headed it instead. So either he didn't shout. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise the red card was still there. Sorry, Danielle. I've got 3 different things, so I can't always see me. But Hermansen made the right call there. It was just that Mavropanos headed it. And I think it's a lack of trust. And I think there's also a lack of expectation from the goalkeeper in the sense that Areola probably wouldn't have come for it. So the defenders are just used to heading it. But I understand why people are nervous. Anyway, Humphreys plays it into Edwards, who gives it back to Florentino. Burnley just trying to make things a little bit quicker. Row, if you want to become a sponsor, as in sponsor the video and have your logo there. Is that what you're chatting about? Email us, hammerschat@gmail.com. As Bowen races away down the right-hand side, but Esteve, great defending there, just nudges Bowen off it. And Burnley look to come down the left with Anthony. But he's stopped in his tracks by Wan-Bissaka. Hugo Chukwu, great ball into Hannibal, who's turned. He's behind the West Ham midfield, although Thomas Souček's in line with Mavropanos at the moment for some reason. Anthony's just cutting in from the left-hand side now. Hannibal. A chance to cross. He does cross, and it's too high, and it's out for a goal kick to West Ham United. Mark saying, what's the position of Wilson and Tete? Wilson's definitely a little bit more advanced and a little bit more central than Tete, who's not really involved in the game, I will say. I've barely seen Tete, to be honest with you. I don't recall him touching the ball, to be honest with you. Anyway, we've taken a goal kick. It's gone straight back to Burnley. And since our goal, we've not really had much of the ball. As Esteve comes forward. Paul, we are open to having sponsors on the watch-alongs and stuff. The problem is, A, you've got to take them all because we've got to pay to get a logo up there, and B, no one's wanted to sponsor them, that's all. There was a company that wanted to, but they ghosted us. Not ideal. Not the end of the world. Disasi, good defending there. Read the play well. I think Disasi's doing okay. I appreciate I'm probably just a little bit desperate. I'm trying to look for any sign of positivity from him, but I think he's doing okay. And draws, email us, hammerschat@gmail.com. As Burnley build up from their back again, approaching the 23rd minute. Well, we're in the 23rd minute, approaching the 24th minute at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, West Ham United 1. Somerville's goal, the difference thus far. As we're starting to press higher at the pitch here, and we've forced it back to Dubravka, who goes long, and Hannibal beats Disasi in the air, but it doesn't come to anything as Juve clears it, and Souček knocks it down to Somerville, who's done really well here, and Florentino brings him down. That's got to be, and it is, a yellow card for the Burnley midfielder. That's his second foul in a few minutes. He went in on Fernandez. He's now gone in on Somerville. He's in the book. And it's a free kick to West Ham just inside the Burnley half. Luke saying Disasi a bit clunky, but decision making so far is good. And Pires has just left one in on Bowen there. The referee didn't really spot it, but Jared Bowen's certainly hobbling now off the back of it. As Marcus Edwards puts it out to Kyle Walker, and Fernandez leaves one in on him. And Hannibal works the ball back to Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. But he's forced backwards by Juve. Walker into Fleming. Ooh, that was a nice idea by Fleming, trying to just tuck it around the corner for Marcus Edwards, but it was overhit and through to Mads Hermansen. Good. Listen, I'm sorry, but that's a brilliant pass by Hermansen. I know people aren't always keen on goalkeepers playing out from the back. I'm a fan of it. And that pass, he just slotted it through Burnley's first line of press into Fernandes, who's turned and just moved the ball upfield. And I think that type of distribution from your goalkeeper, I think, can make a big difference. And we're back to Hermansen. After all that good play, we've gone backwards to Hermansen. Forest long this time, looking for Callum Wilson, who's Humphreys is Pires is challenging him, and it falls to Mavpanos. Now Fernandes is on the ball and he goes back to the Sassy. West Ham now on the halfway line, just pushing forward with El Hadji Malik, Diouf and Disasi playing it over on this left-hand side. They've worked well together so far, I think, Disasi and Diouf. Fernandes into Somerville. Great little touch out to Diouf on the left-hand side. He lines up that cross. He whips in. It's Tete! It's 2-0 West Ham United! Tete with a goal! Diouf assists. Tete with a goal! West Ham 2-0 up! Hi, Tottenham! We're coming for you! We're coming for you! We're coming for you! Tottenham Hotspur! We're coming for you! There we go. 26 minutes on the clock. Burnley 0, West Ham United 2. Two fantastic goals. That cross by El Hadji Malik Diouf. Wonderful. Great glancing header by Tete as well into that far corner. The boys are 2-0 up. Fernandes' pass to Somerville was excellent. Nice little touch. Diouf loads the gun, fires it in. Tete bullets it home. 2-0 West Ham. Another wonderful move. I'll tell you what. In the last few weeks, we've played some really good football, resulting in some really good goals. The team goals that we've created in the last few games, I think, have been absolutely brilliant. Great header. Well done, Tete. Come on! 2-0. 2-0. Come on. Now let's go get the third, and we might just win the game. Come on, boys. I'm excited. Diouf, you beautiful man. Beautiful man. I was keen. This isn't I told you so, I promise you. It's just a discussion, right? But I have been keen to see Diouf play with two strikers on the pitch. Here it goes again. It's Diouf. He crosses it again. And it's out for a goal kick. Boo! Boo! What a boy. More of that. He's getting a lot of space out there, Diouf. And I said in the preview, I want to see him cross it from deeper a bit more. And he's certainly done that. Wonderful cross. And that one there, he got it slightly wrong. It's not that bad a cross. No one hits every cross perfect every single time. Let's go. I did intox. I did. Backing my man. You do not. I'm one of them people that just finds everything funny after a few drinks. I'm just one of them that just gets more and more hyper. Every drink I just get a bit more hyper, a bit more silly, a bit more giggly. You don't want to see me after a few drinks. Anyway, 29 minutes gone at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, West Ham United 2. They've got a free kick just inside the West Ham half over on our right-hand side. They take it quickly to Florentino. Into Hannibal. Somerville with a good tackle. And West Ham pick the ball up again. I'll tell you something. Disasi's touched this ball a lot. He's just He's confident, isn't he? He's happy to take the ball off anyone, and he moves it quickly too. I quite like him so far. I'm liking Disasi, but I appreciate low bar, 29 minutes in, Burnley, a lot can go wrong. I appreciate that, but thus far, it's been quite a comfortable debut for him. Anyway, Edwards into Florentino, Hannibal on the ball now, and he's forced back to Kyle Walker. We're really organised out of possession, but I'll tell you what, Burnley stink. Burnley absolutely stink. And I love it. I want 3. We need another one. Jack said, I see you and Gonzo on the train after we won the cup and I was wankered. Gonzo was my minder. He was just as pissed. He just hides it better than I do. Here's the thing. I don't try and hide it. When I've had a drink, I don't try and hide it. I've had a drink. I'm in a good mood. Let's go. And anyway, cross comes in from Anthony for Fleming. Gets his head on it. It's high. Souček lets it bounce. Wan-Bissaka clears it. Well, I'm going to do some more commentary up until half-time. I'm just in a good mood. I like chatting with everyone in the live chat, but we'll do that tomorrow morning as Florentino just debated shooting, decide against it. Edwards out to Hannibal. He crosses it. It's bouncing. It's out for a goal kick. Another reminder that we're not quite home and dry just yet. They're Burnley with a couple of dangerous balls into the box. And I wouldn't say we dealt with them well. It was just they didn't pounce, that's all. Goal kick to West Ham. Manson goes long, but Esteve gets his head to it instead of Wilson. Florentino, Wilson does well. Bowen, we're snapping away up there. Fernandez, he's just... All right, that's it. We win. I'm going to get that Fernandez signed shirt. Does anyone else want a Fernandez signed shirt? I'm going to have like 5 of them. I'm going to have to flog them. 5 of them. I think it's the away ones. I'm sure he said it's the away shirts. That one, I guess. Not ideal, but it'll do okay. Hopefully he rifles in a screamer or something. Anyway, Hugo Chukwu on the ball. Tete hassling him, but there's a big size difference and it pays off in Hugo Chukwu's favour. He's coming forward here. We need to close him down. Hugo Chukwu deflected. Hermansen saves it, but too easy there for Hugo Chukwu. He's just breezing through our midfield. Tete bounced off him, which you'd expect. He's quite small. But then Souček and Mavropanos and Fernandez, none of them really get to grips with him. It was all a little bit timid from West Ham in there, as Hugo Chukwu just had an effort from distance. It was comfortably saved by Hermansen off a deflection, but we need to be a little bit better than that, in my opinion. West Ham had the ball just outside the Burnley area at the minute, as we're just keeping the ball at the minute. Fernandez giving it to Mavropanos into Wan-Bissaka, who's in that central area, his new role at the minute, leaving Jared Bowen one-on-one over on that touchline, but we opt to come down the left-hand side instead, and it ends up going back to Fernandez, who's the deepest outfielder for West Ham once again. Little options. Wan-Bissaka starting to make a move on that right-hand side, but he opts to just give it to Disasi, but Fernandez is just barking out orders at Mavropanos by the looks of it as he receives it back. It's now Wan-Bissaka. The ball must have gone out there from Fernandez. Bowen runs at Pires, but the defender's done really well to take it off our captain. However, he's under pressure. Finds Anthony. Souček's putting him under pressure. Pires gets it back, but Wan-Bissaka had a great tackle. And Tete and Souček, quick 1-2. Quick play is Tete. He looks for Somerville. Ambitious. He gets there first. Somerville. Oh, it's blocked as well. Oh, fuck. Half chance. That pass from Tete just looked a little bit too ambitious, but Somerville somehow got there before Dubravka. And there was a little bit of contact, but Somerville stayed on his feet and hooked it goalwards. stopped on the line by a Burnley player and well defended in the end. Anthony whips it in. Wan-Bissaka gets something on it. Pires picks it up over on the left-hand side for Burnley. Hannibal. Great challenge by Fernandez. In nice and strong. And Wilson picks it up, but a little bit wasteful with it. And Burnley pick it up at the defence. But a really strong tackle there by Fernandez on Hannibal. Humphreys coming forward with it. The Stevie on the ball now. Pops it out to Pires. Quick 1-2 with Edwards, who's now playing over on this left-hand side. Anthony on the right-hand side for Burnley. 35 minutes on the clock. Kyle Walker bursting forward from defence. Gives it out to Anthony on the right-hand side. One-on-one with Juve. He gets his cross in. Hermansen gets up high and claims it well. He's unlucky there, Somerville. There's very little he can do. He goes round Dubravka and he's right on the goal line. He just hooks it. I think that's as far back as he can, really. It's a difficult one. It's a really difficult one. 35 minutes gone. Burnley just playing around on the halfway line at the minute. And we're in a really good position. And I'm thinking of the bench here and to bring on someone like Pablo with his energy as well. It's not a bad sub to have on, is it? Anthony coming forward down the right-hand side. Hannibal's gone out there to support him. Juve might require a little support. He's not really got any at the minute. He's still marking 2. They work it to Hugo Chukwu, who's central. Edwards, he looks for the run at the back post, but Wan-Bissaka clears it. And Kyle Walker just pops it towards Esteve, and he brings it under control. Edwards on the ball again. Into Florentino. Into Anthony. Good ball. Fernandez. Great tackle. And it's a corner kicking. I have to say, I think it's a bit easy for Burnley at times. Although we're winning 2-0. And I think they're getting towards our box without really much trouble, if I'm honest with you. I feel like we're lucky it's Burnley. And anyway, Edwards loses it to Somerville. Fernandez picks it up, gives it back to Somerville, who's lost it. And he's given away a free kick in a potentially dangerous area, Somerville. But I just think we're maybe... Yeah, I'm glad Dill's saying the same, which is they're waltzing through our midfield. I'm glad it's not just me. I'm not being negative for the sake of it, I promise you, for anyone not watching. But I think they are getting in and around our box quite easy. We don't have much presence in midfield, and it's something that we need to suss out. And I do think we're lucky that we're coming up against... If we were playing a better team, I think they'd be creating better opportunities than what they are. You can tell their wingers are, harsh, but maybe championship standard because the crosses aren't good enough. So we just need to up the game a little bit here. We played better against Sunderland and against Chelsea than we are today. Need to just crank it up a bit. I'm gonna say this. I think A, I think we're too light in midfield, and B, I think we're missing Pablo's energy. Anyway, free kick for Burnley. Looks like it's gonna be Fleming or Kyle Walker that's gonna hit this from distance. They're certainly shaping up to hit it, and he does, into the hands of Hermansen. Shot on target for Burnley, but comfortably saved by Hermansen. Our goalkeeper will be gaining confidence as the game's gone on. I think he's made a couple of saves. He's come out and got a couple of crosses. I think he'll be feeling a little bit more confident compared to when he was at the start of the game. I think that QPR game would have done Hermansen the world of good. I know he conceded, but I think he was comfortable in that game. For anyone asking where you can watch the game, there's a link in the description of this video for the Hammers Chat Discord. People will often put illegal links on there, so be very careful. Don't click on them because they're illegal, and they shouldn't be posting those illegal links, but they do. Can't do anything about it. People are going to do what they're going to do, but if you do go into Discord, just be very careful you don't click on anything. Marcus Edwards, not far wide. Another warning sign. I will say this: there's enough we've had a few telling off here by Burnley. We've had a few just be carefuls. Marcus Edwards there shooting from distance, and it's not far wide of Hermansen's wide post, and you can see a couple of players. I think Mavropanos was shouting at someone there, and to be fair, I think they were shouting back at him. I think it's Callum Wilson and Mavropanos. I think they're just starting to... I don't mind that. If they're arguing, it means that they're identifying there's an issue here. But I think they're starting to say, well, what's the problem here? As we're on the attack, Tete finds Somerville, looks to cross it, blocked. Hannibal picks it up into Edwards. Juve brings him down. He's going to get a booking for his troubles. And not a bad yellow card. Not a bad yellow card for Juve there. Burnley were springing a counter-attack from our attack, and Edwards got away from Juve, and we were under pressure. So Juve brought him down, took the booking. I don't think it's a bad decision. He's going to have to be careful, but the good thing is we know we've got Scarles on the bench. We know we've got a suitable replacement for him if we wish to make that change. But 5 minutes until half-time. At this rate, I think it's just a case of getting at half-time, get our heads together, and he's going to have to make changes, and not the ones we've seen recently. And while we're winning, I think you've got to try and change to try and stay on top. The next goal is going to be pivotal. Either we completely kill them off, or they're right back in it and panic sets in. Pires over on the left-hand side. Callum Wilson's in a right wing-back position at the minute. Anthony. He crosses it. No, he doesn't. He tricked me and Wan-Bissaka. He's still teeing it up, Anthony. He's still twisting and turning. Wan-Bissaka blocks his cross, and it's a corner kick to Burnley. Anthony will take the corner himself from their left-hand side. He's right-footed, so it'll be an in-swinger. Humphreys, Esteve, all on our goalkeeper. There's a lot of Burnley defenders around our goalkeeper, and there's not much West Ham players there. And it comes, headed away by Somerville at the front post. On as far as Kyle Walker, who volleys it back out to Anthony. I'm just looking at the box here and make sure that we're organised. We don't look too bad. It's always the back post that worries me. As Marcus Edwards puts it there, but Hermansen gets his hands on it. Safe hands from our goalkeeper again. Under little pressure, though, just for anyone that's only listening. There was no Burnley player trying to get it. It was just a simple catch for them, but we'll take it. And Fernandes on the ball for West Ham as Burnley drop off. 42 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock at Turf Moor. Mavropanos on the ball. He tries to dink into Tete. He's got it all wrong, and it's giving Burnley the ball back really cheaply. And we just need to cut this out. I'm not happy with our performance. I'm buzzing that we're 2-0 up, but I don't know. We'll discuss it at half time. Maybe I'm just being harsh. Maybe I need some of you to give me a reality check, but I think we're really nervous. Anyway, Hermansen went long looking for Wilson. Esteve got the ball. Bowen picked it up. He's giving it to Wilson. It's 4-on-4 here at the minute in this attack. Bowen gets it, but Hugo Chukwu gets back. Loose ball falls to Tete. He's under pressure. Back to Thomas Souček, and he puts out to El Hadji Malik Diouf. Gives it to Somerville, who returns it, and West Ham just keeping the ball at the minute, which I don't think is a bad idea. I think we just need to just try and just take this sting out of this game. There's a couple of minutes of normal time left. Just get to half-time 2-0 up. Don't do anything stupid. Just keep the ball. Kill this game. Kill Burnley. Get in at half-time. And we can come up with a plan B, because we're going to need one, I think. Fernandes goes in tough, and it's a free kick to Burnley, just inside the West Ham United half over on our right there, left-hand side. James is saying, not impressed with the last 10 minutes at all. I have to agree, it's all Burnley. It's all one-way traffic at the minute. He's saying sloppy, but he's... I'd rather go in after a sloppy 10 minutes. I'd rather go in 2-0 up than 0-0, that's for sure. We've got to maybe just make one or two changes at half-time. Like I said, the good thing is we've got a very energetic Pablo on the bench. Not a bad sub to have. as Burnley goes short with the free kick to allow Hannibal to change the angle of the delivery. In it comes, and Hermansen, that's good goalkeeping. That's good goalkeeping. Deep ball into his box. Not long to go. Up early, gets his hands on it, catches it. No punching it, catching it. He's thrown it out to Diouf, who's gone back to Disasi, and he's played it into Fernandes. Great pass by Diouf there. Fernandes is so calm on the ball, isn't he? He just relaxes everyone. He's just playing 1-2s at the minute, Fernandes. He gives it to someone and goes and gets it back and gives it to someone else and gets it back off them. The issue is when he gives it to someone and moves Fernandes, like he moves forward Fernandes to leave a little bit of room for them, because then we're not as good. But we're doing all right here at the minute. 4 minutes has gone up on the board, so it's 4 minutes of stoppage time at Turf Moor to go. As we come down the left-hand side with Callum Wilson, Humphreys gets a tackle in, and it's a throw into West Ham United halfway down the left touchline in Burnley's half. Diouf takes it quickly to Fernandes. 1-2 with Somerville, and he's away from Hannibal. Mapano sweeps out to Jayaborn on the right-hand side. Back to Ambazaka. And I think we're just going to try and just see this out to half-time, and I don't think that's the worst idea in the world right now, as Diouf goes all the way back to Hermansen. After 10 minutes of where you've struggled to have the ball, and they've had a couple of opportunities to create something but failed to, seeing out to half-time is not a bad idea. 3 minutes to go of stoppage time as Tete blocks Humphreys' clearance. Somerville picks it up just outside Burnley's box. He takes on Florentino, gives out to Tete, who crosses it. Deflected. Corner kick to West Ham United. Corner kick down our left-hand side. Somerville took the last one, and it was pretty dangerous, if I'm honest with you. And Wilson, I think, got on the end of it, but it caused a little bit of bother in that Burnley 6-yard box. Let's see if we can do the same again. At least 2.5 minutes left at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, West Ham United 2. Somerville to take the corner kick. And it comes. It's deep. It's very deep. Souček gets his head on it, put it back towards the goal. Kyle Walker clears it. Mavropanos brings it down and throws himself out. He's done really well there. And it's Tete. We thought about the shot from distance, opted against it. Pires puts him under pressure. He's forced back to Wan-Bissaka. Played it sensible there, Tete. Diouf into Somerville. He's got Kyle Walker breathing down his back. And I think Somerville struggled a little bit with Walker's pace. I don't think we've not seen the bravery from Somerville like we have in the last 3 weeks, because I think he knows Walker can perhaps match him for pace. But I think if there's something I would change in the second half, it's maybe getting Somerville on the ball more, facing that Burnley defence. Got his goal, though. Just want to see more of him. He's capable of causing problems. He's got Florentino booked, of course. We're approaching the last 90 seconds of stoppage time here, assuming there's no more additional time on top. As we're just playing around at the back, Diouf giving it to Disasi, who's had a really comfortable 45 minutes so far for West Ham. It's a comfortable debut for Disasi. He's just waiting. Disasi's literally just waiting with the ball for Burnley to press him. He's given it to Mavropanos and got it back, and he's just taken a couple of touches and then gone down the left looking for Somerville. Walker wins it. Fernandes puts it up towards the Burnley goal, but Humphreys will play it back to Dubravka as we enter the last 50 seconds of stoppage time, assuming there's no more additional time added on. And Pires puts it down the left, out for a throw into West Ham on our right-hand side, just on the halfway line. We've killed the game. The last 5-10 minutes, I think we've absolutely killed this game. It's the right thing to have done. Burnley had a bit of momentum, a bit of enthusiasm. We've got a grip and we've just played the ball around, taking no risks, hoovered up possession. Burnley can't get near it, can't get near us, and we're just seeing out to half-time. I think we've managed the end of the first half really well here. Burnley just can't get on the ball. Bowen, Souček, Florentino battling away. It's not a great half, Thomas. Edwards looks to break away from our midfield, but that's a great tackle by Fernandes, and the referee blows for half-time. Half-time at Turf Moor. Burnley 0. West Ham United 2. Let me just change the clock. There we go. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The score is absolutely brilliant. We're going to have a chat at half-time about what we're all thinking. This was a huge game. Let's not underestimate this game. You know, we've gone into the game against Spurs after the FA Cup game. Went into the game against Spurs. Spurs were favourites. We went there when we won. Went to the game against Sunderland, who are having a really good season. I think it was a case, I don't think there was much expectation on West Ham going into that game. Last week away to Chelsea. So the last 3 games, we've not really been the favourites as such. But today, we are the favourites. It's a case of, go on then, West Ham, what are you going to do? Especially after Leeds United winning last night. So it's a very difficult game coming into this one. You can see the nerves. You can sense the nerves. You can see it. We are not as... I actually think we were a lot smoother and slicker against Chelsea. I think we were a lot more composed, a lot calmer against Sunderland. I think there was a bit more fight and grit against Spurs. I think we're lacking a bit of it all today, but we're 2-0 up. I think hopefully the boys can get in at half-time, have a breather. I mean, the stats are coming up. We've had 2 shots, scored 2 goals. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But we're running less than Burnley. Arguably, you could say that's a good thing. We've had more of the ball, slightly, 51% possession. But we just needed to win. It didn't matter how, who, what today. We just needed to win. 2-0 up at half-time. We're halfway there. I think we're going to need to see a little bit of an improvement in the second half. I think Burnley mustered a little bit of enthusiasm together for that 10-15 minute spell, and we were struggling a little bit. But I do think towards the end of the half, managed the game brilliantly. There were some big calls by Nuno, Hermansen, Disasi. I think both have had really comfortable first halves. I think both have had good first halves. Tete getting a goal as well is important. Somerville continuing to score. A lot of positives, but I do think it's not perfect. I think we can improve, and I think we might have to improve in the second half. The third goal is so important. We get this goal, it kills them. They get it. Game on, we get nervous, and we've dropped 18 points from winning positions this season. Mentally, it's going to do something to you. We need to come out, we need to start fast, and we need to get that third goal. Anyway, let's see what you're all saying in the live chat. Gary saying, don't get comfy in the second half. Get the ball, keep it. We've been here too many times. Get some fresh legs on. Don't change tactics too much. Give us 1 or 2 more. Quiz is saying West Ham don't look like conceding. Burnley don't have enough quality. Just have to defend the set pieces. Cam saying only negative is all the Hermansen long balls being whacked up front for Burnley to get possession. To be fair, I actually think he's trying to play it out from the back. I think the only time he goes long is when he has to. But I'm a big Hermansen fan, especially when it comes to the distribution side of it. Brent saying he disagrees. He thinks we look composed. We've got a shaky goalkeeper, a French centre-back, plus a new pairing up front. We just can't sit back. MGG saying I would get Magassa or Potts on for Wilson fairly quickly to pack out the midfield and allow us to sit on the ball. Reese is saying, Reese, a Leeds fan, who goes down because you look incredible at the moment. Ramsey says Souček off and then Pablo for Wilson on the hour mark. Get a dammer on for Somerville to keep more fitness for the Man United game on Tuesday night. Bradley saying Somerville is outstanding since he got his first goal. Biker saying Magassa for Souček, Pablo for Wilson at half-time for him. I can understand why you want to see both of those things. Essex saying, told you Tete would score. You did. Christian saying, would you add a midfielder to match the 3? I probably would. I think, if I'm being completely honest, which I will be, I think Tete and Wilson, although we got the goal from Tete and it was a good goal, I think they're struggling to get involved in the game in terms of like possession and stuff. I don't think we've seen enough of them. So I think I'd be inclined to take Wilson off and put on Potts or Magassa. I'm happy with either of them. And I would move, the problem is, not the problem, that sounds bad. The predicament we've got is Fernandes, okay? Because if you bring on another midfielder, naturally you want to say, well, let's push Fernandes further up. The problem is I don't want to see that happen because I like Fernandes dropping back. I like him picking the ball up and becoming almost a quarterback. So when you have an extra midfielder, you probably want to push someone up a little bit more. And naturally, you want to look at Fernandes. However, I think you would be losing a really good asset to the team. He's far more comfortable picking the ball off the centre-backs than anyone else. His long balls are far better than anyone else in the team. So I actually quite like him being free and dropping back. So I can see why you want to pack the midfield. And I do think they've overran us in the middle of the pitch on occasions. Maybe Pablo, actually. No, that's what I'd do. I'd get Pablo on for Wilson. That's what I would do. Because Pablo does drop back. Pablo will become an extra body in midfield. Or Tete. One of them can drop back in there and play almost like a number 10 role. And then when we're going forward, still got that 2 strikers on the pitch. I think maybe that's what I would do at half-time. Wilson off for Pablo, and that's it. And then I don't think Souček's having a great game. I don't think Souček is having a necessary game. I don't look at him and think he's pivotal. I think you could put Magassa or Potts in there and we could continue as we are. So that's my only two thoughts so far. Essex would get Potts on for Souček. John saying not always scored, performance not up to the mark, more in the tank. George is saying get Kilman in reserves. Okay. Pig saying let Potts and Magassa play, they're good for this game. Christian saying Disasi's passing, very nice, check the stats, they agree. Not just sideways too. That ball into Somerville is really nice. And I think that's what I'd be trying to do in the second half as well. How do we get Somerville on the ball in better positions? He's got his goal, great. He's not having a bad game. I just don't think he's been as effective as he has been in other games in the middle third. And the one time we did get him on, bang, away he went. Florentino brought him down booking. And I think Kyle Walker's giving him a tough game. I think Walker's breathing down his neck. So whenever Somerville receives it, he's got his back to goal and he's having to go backwards a lot. So I think the challenge I would be posing to my coaching team is what do we do to get Somerville facing the Burnley team? How do we get Somerville on the ball? Do we swap sides? Do we put Somerville on the right for 10 minutes and put Bowen on the left? Because Bowen's ineffective at the minute anyway, but do we put Somerville over there to have a pop at Pires, who's a weaker defender in my opinion? Is that what we do? What do we do to just get more of him? I think as the game stretches, as it will, naturally, because they're chasing 2-goal deficit, that'll suit Somerville. Breezy saying he's too narrow. I think Juve isn't a good fit for Somerville compared to Scarles. Lord of the Dead saying Potts on for Souček. Get your thoughts into the live chat. It doesn't have to be about subs. Could be just anything. Just whatever you're thinking at half-time. Whatever you're thinking about the first half. Please get it into the live chat. Corsart saying Hermansen's distribution is good. Now he needs to get rid of the hesitation. Communicate better with his front line. To be fair, I think the only time he did hesitate, in my opinion, was that one when Edwards got there first. Since then, I think he's been faultless. I don't think he's had loads to deal with. I think what he has had to deal with has been quite straightforward for him. He's not really gone up for a high ball with Fleming battering him. Whenever he's gone up, he's been unchallenged for most of it. So I think he might have a tougher second half from Anson, but so far, I'm okay with what I'm seeing. Shorts are saying Burnley will come out to try and get the next goal. West Ham will counter 3-0. Game over. Fingers crossed. Michael saying, don't know why people are slagging Thomas Souček. He's had a good half. Dean saying, I think we need to bring in Magassa and push Fernandes up so he can find Somerville easier. So Prem saying, why not play Bowen central behind Tete? Bring Adama on for Wilson and shift him wide. You can suggest that. I think that might be one of the plans he's got. I think I've been quite confident and optimistic that Nuno's come up with a few plans after last week because of his press conference when he said, I'm going to have to find solutions. That was good. And we've seen one of them today, which is start Wilson and put Pablo on the bench. I'll be surprised if that's his only solution. I'd imagine he's got one or two up his sleeve, and one of them might be Adama on for the tired striker and Bowen up front. It might be. It might not be. Might be. I just want to say a massive thank you to these three people. Kiromi saying, I'm watching the match with my cousin. Come on, you Irons. Thank you very much. Also to Cesar saying, best chance to address goal difference. Go for it. Thank you very much for your support. And also to Josh, long-time listener, first-time caller. Keep up the good work. Get Pablo, Potts and Magassa on. See the game out during the second half. Thank you to your support. And thank you to all the support in the live chat. Because of this people supporting us in the live chat, there are no adverts during the stream. Hopefully when you click on it, you see one. But once you're in, you're in. MGG saying Hermansen's hesitation on that through ball in the first few minutes was really shaky. Agree. Ariola feels more secure and confident in there for Double G. Ken saying Panos has got his confidence back. Passing is slicker. Souček has been a good buffer. Tete is up for it. Ionix, that's not Ionix. Ionix said you don't really notice Souček until he's subbed off and things started going south. DC saying we need another 15 goals for me to feel comfortable with our defence and that clown Hermansen back there. Just to stress, that is DC's opinion and not mine. Ian saying got to keep Disasi on until he calls to come off. This will be the game to do it. Man United are looking good now. Arvid arrived. Why can't it? Oh my God. You know when you overthink a word, right? Arrived, said, good to see us working well and not bone dependent. He will want to get his goal now. MGG saying, don't care. Disasi's on the edge of collapsing. He has to play 90 minutes. George has said, Wilson has a good work rate and good link up with Bowen. Think without Nuno, Irons would have been relegated. Irons will survive. Forest will be relegated. Good riddance. I hate the fat Greek. Are you West Ham fan, George? Are you? I suspect your terminology suggests you may not be. Maybe you are. I don't know. Daniel saying, Hermansen's been good. What are people on? I think people just don't trust him because of what he's been like so far in a West Ham shirt. Major saying Kilman's warming up. I hope you're just taking the piss. Mancunian saying, what minute will he bring Wilson off for Kilman? Lobster saying, I've seen that. Fernandez has been getting pulled out of his position, covering for Souček multiple times. Not a good sign for the next 45. We need someone with legs on for Thomas Souček. It's at this point, I'll ask you, if you're new to Hammers Chat, please do subscribe. 2,700 of you watching right now, which is incredible. Always humbling, always makes me feel a little bit emotional. There's a lot of you watching live. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and also do drop a like on the video as well by clicking thumbs up button. It's free. It takes you 2 seconds just to click it. So if anyone comes onto YouTube, types in Burnley West Ham, this has been a #1 recommended video thanks to you. And we need 176 of you, that's not subscribed, to subscribe to hit 50,000 subscribers. Come on, let's do it. Let's hit 50,000 subscribers in this stream. There's got to be 170 of you watching that aren't subscribed. There's got to be. It's usually about 30%, so that's a big number. Charlie saying you do not, in the Premier League, wait until things turn to shit to sub players off. You have to make changes to stop that happening. I completely agree. Kane saying let's not concede. GSD saying we've got to make sure we don't spend the next 45 minutes playing backwards. Edward thinks the Souček slander is a joke. The guy is a genius. Alistair is saying our midfield started to get infiltrated like Souček, but he's too pedestrian. I think they're cutting through our midfield. I do think so as well. How we fix that? Like I said, maybe get Wilson off, Pablo on, because I think our strikers usually provide protection. I don't really think our strikers are doing that today. I don't think the midfield are getting that protection. Dave said they've obviously been working Hermansen hard, but Nuno thinks he's ready for a very important game. A clean sheet today will do the boy and team wonders. Well, the thing is, if we get a clean sheet today, we'll have 2 clean sheets this season, and both times Hermansen would be the goalkeeper. Kevin saying never understood why people have been getting all gooey about Souček when in most games he'd been a liability. Rice would have been even better if he weren't babysitting him. Okay, I'm gonna do my best and not click on Souček stuff. I don't want to spark arguments in the live chat. I appreciate when I'm reading them out. Normally I just click on them and read them, but I don't want to spark a Souček war in there. Charlie's saying Burnley and Scott Parker will know to put 2 men marking Somerville. Then we're stuffed. We've got no attacking threat. Burnley are coming out for the second half at Turf Moor. 45 minutes, big 45 minutes coming up. Thank you very much to Eskimo for the super chat and the support. Because of Eskimo, you don't have adverts. You don't have adverts on your live stream. Not just Eskimo, the other donators as well. Saying really enjoyed the last few games, playing so much better. Shame the first half of the season was awful. Yeah, I'm not enjoying today, in terms of football, I'm not enjoying it as much as the previous 3 games. But we're winning 2-0. That's the most important thing. When you're in a relegation battle, if you can play well and entertain, fantastic. But the only thing is, you get the win. The only thing that matters is you get the win. I think if you're 12th and you play well and get beat, it's not the end of the world. You can say, as a fan, you can say, well, do you know what? It's enjoyable to watch, but down the bottom, it doesn't count for nothing. You play good football but get beat. It doesn't count for anything. Johnny's saying a couple of times Burnley creep through, but I do think the scoreline reflects how we can break them down. So positive. Fingers crossed. I'm looking forward to it. Sign, this is me. He's saying 3rd goal next 10 minutes, please. I agree. I think it's important that we go get that 3rd goal as well. Get that 3rd goal. Kill off Burnley. Come on. Come on, boys. West Ham will get the second half underway. Please be subscribing if you're new to the channel. I will be bringing you the commentary from the second half at the Turf Moor as West Ham United, 45 minutes wave from a massive 3 points, which would put us 3 points behind Nottingham Forest and 6 points behind Spurs, Leeds United and Crystal Palace, who play Brighton tomorrow, and we're off. Pardon me, burping away. At the Amex, we've gone long. Tete flicks over for Wilson. Oh, he's unlucky. Callum Wilson, seconds into the second half. We took the kick off back to Hermanson. He went long. Tete ended up flicking over the Burnley defence for Callum Wilson. Dubravka came out and Wilson got a touch on it, but it was good goalkeeping by the Burnley number 1. Unlucky. Come on, boys. Let's get 3rd. West Ham United have a throw-in on the halfway line on our right-hand side, which Wan-Bissaka puts down the line, headed away by Esteve. Thomas Souček heads it up. Hannibal brings it down. And it doesn't look like there's any subs. I'm trying to work Burnley out. I think there's an extra player. Burnley have done a sub. I'm sure they have. Because I think that's Josh Laurent I can see. It is. So Florentino's gone off. Laurent's come on. So there's been a change for Burnley. And there's now a change of shape. So Burnley going to a back 3. So from what I can see, Pires will be the left wing back. And in it comes from Humphreys. Header by Fleming. And it hits someone. Burnley want a penalty for a handball as West Ham clear it. Burnley have switched to back 3. Pires and Walker playing wing back. Esteve, Humphreys and Josh Laurent in middle at the back, with Hugo Chukwu and Hannibal in midfield. I mean, you're not getting a pen for that. And then Edwards and Anthony playing either side of Fleming as well. So they've gone to a 5-4-1, or maybe a bit of a harsh way of describing it. But it's a 3-4-3 from Burnley. Let's go kind. 3-4-3. So it'll be interesting to see how we react if we do, because and Anthony just breaks away from Mavpanos there. He's got a chance here, Anthony. He wiggles. He's on his left foot. Wan-Bissaka closes him down, and it's pathetic in the end by Anthony, and Hermanson picks it up. We're just going to have to be a bit careful here. Burnley have come out with a bit of energy and enthusiasm, a change of shape and a change of attitude. And we're going to have to react as Hermanson goes long with the kick out of his hands. Esteve gets his head on it, through into West Ham just inside our own half. And it'll be interesting to see how we react to this. They are really going to overload the middle of the pitch. The wing backs are going to try and pin Bowen and Somerville back. Walker and Pires are going to try and pin our wide players back. But in the middle of the pitch now, you've got Chukwu and Hannibal in the middle. But you've got Anthony and Edwards as well. They're playing like a box midfield by looks of it, Burnley. And we've obviously only got Souček and Fernandes. So what we're going to do, it's up to Nuno. As Pires comes forward, Gives it to Edwards, who shakes off Somerville. Still, Edwards! That is not far wide. It's tipped round the post by Mads Hermansen. It's a good save by Hermansen, but we really need to be careful. We're only 3 minutes in here, and Burnley are getting the ball and running at us. And Edwards with a good effort from outside the box. Strong hand by Hermansen to tip it round the post. Another warning by West Ham, and Nuno's going to have to change something quickly here, because we are overloaded in midfield, I think. Corner comes in from their right-hand side. Fleming heads it down. It's bouncing around in our box. Fernandes gets fouled, and it's a free kick to West Ham inside our own box there. But again, Burnley, Esteve was the one that got his head on that corner. Another warning for the Hammers, and Nuno's maybe going to have to make a change immediately. Our two strikers are going to struggle here. Our midfield's going to struggle. This is where maybe Jared Bowen's got to take ownership a little bit and say to Wan-Bissaka, right, you get a grip of Perez. I'm going to go central and I'm going to go help out my midfield. As Disasi's on the ball, West Ham played it short from the free kick, and Disasi's forced to use his weak foot to play it down that side, and it's bouncing around, and Somerville's done excellent to keep that in. Somerville's kept that in. He's done really well. Looks for Tete. Oh, just overhit. Good goalkeeping. Brave goalkeeping by Dubravka, but unlucky there. Somerville did absolutely brilliant, but his pass just had too much on it. Anthony's on the ball now. He's running at our defence. It's 3-on-3. He puts it out to Marcus Edwards. He's going to try and cut in on his left, and he does. He's still cutting in. Edwards gives it to Fleming. Puts it well out to Kyle Walker on the right, but Burnley have got numbers in the box here. Walker crosses it. Headed away by Jared Bowen of all people. Walker picks it up. Hannibal, Anthony. Out to Kyle Walker. He crosses it once more. Juve gets his head on it. Hermansen has to tip it away. Edwards keeps it in. Over on this left-hand side for Burnley. One-on-one with Wan-Bissaka at the minute. A couple of still got players in the box, Burnley. Only two now, as they've all come out of the box to support Edwards. Hannibal on the ball. We're going to have to do something. Tate's screaming at the midfield, but there's no midfield to get out. Fleming! Blocked! Mavropanos is under... It's Edwards! Blocked by Wan-Bissaka! Bloody hell, I don't know how this is still 2-0. We've got to make changes immediately. Marcus Edwards on the ball here, and Mavropanos just touches it behind. Great defending by our players there. Disasi and Mavropanos throwing themselves in the way of it. It was a good effort. Took a deflection. Fleming chested it down, had a shot, hit Wan-Bissaka, and then Wan-Bissaka makes a really good block. Edwards looked like he was just a way to batter that home. Great defending by Wan-Bissaka. Corner kick to Burnley, and they've probably had 3 or 4 chances already, and we're only 6 minutes in here. We need to make changes, and it's not a centre-back. We do not need a centre-back. We need an extra midfielder here, in my opinion. They are overloaded in the middle of the pitch. Anthony will be taking this corner. There was a check for some sort of penalty, but the referee said no. We don't even know what they were looking for. VAR looking to get involved again. Anthony with a corner kick from their left-hand side. It'll be an in-swinger. It's deep. It's headed back towards our balls. It's Fleming. Save by Hermansen. A great save by Mads Hermansen. Zach Fleming with the header. My word, we're bloody getting away with this one. Burnley probably can't believe they haven't scored, and I can't believe they haven't scored as well. Great save by Hermansen. Fleming with a header from a handful of yards out. Long cross in. Fleming gets his head on it. Souček beaten in the air. Perez on it now. Anthony makes move, but Wan-Bissaka cuts out the pass. Esteve picks it up, but Wan-Bissaka does really well. Gives it to Somerville. Now we can go. Somerville can go. Bowen on the right. He finds Jared Bowen. Big opportunity here for West Ham. Jared Bowen on the right. Somerville's on the move. Bowen, I'm not sure what he was trying to do. Hit Kyle Walker, and it's gone out for a goal kick in the end. Not great play there by Jared Bowen, if I'm speaking candidly. That was a really good opportunity for West Ham to break, and I don't know, he just sort of hit it off the defender. Anyway, Burnley on the ball again. Still no substitutions for West Ham United. They come down the right-hand side with Anthony, pops into Marcus Edwards. Them two are really seeing more of the ball in the second half, and they're looking good with it. Anthony whips it in. Mavropanos gets his head on it. Corner kick, and Zach Fleming must be licking his lips at this. I think he's good in air, Fleming, and he's won a couple already. We're only 8 minutes in. We're going to need to make a change here. Our changes, plural. Fuck's sake, Nuno. The problem is he's gonna shit himself and put on a centre back, isn't he? We can't do that. We cannot do that, in my opinion. And it comes head away by Mavropanos, he's having a good game at the back for West Ham, in my opinion. Heavy touch by Edwards. Somerville can't quite pounce on it, and a Burnley midfielder pops out to the left hand side for Humphreys. 1-on-1 with Wan-Bissaka. Anthony's in support. He uses him. Fernandez is supporting Wan-Bissaka. Pops it in. Good ball into Edwards there. He looks to try to get a shot away. Wilson blocks it. Giant Bowen picks up and he breaks away from our own box with the ball. Away from Hugo Chukwu, and he's wanting a free kick. The referee says no. And Burnley come again. In comes another cross. Fleming brings it down. I'll just get rid of this flipping thing. Fernandez does well. Take away from Pires, who gives him a little trip. Referee doesn't say anything, and Fernandez continues. He's just held onto the ball really well there, Fernandez, just to get our team up the pitch and calm things down. And it's the 55th minute, and this is the first time I've seen us have possession in our defence. We've been battered for 10 minutes. Absolutely battered. There is a change for West Ham coming. I'm not sure who, but I've just seen a West Ham player getting ready. There is a sub coming for West Ham United. I just can't quite work out who it is. I don't want to say it's Kilman, but I can't tell you. It's possibly Kilman. It might be Potts. If I had to put money on it, it would be Freddie Potts. But I'll find out in a second as Giant Bowen gets brought down by Hugo Chukwu. We've got a free kick just inside the Burnley half. That's better from Jared Bowen. It is Freddie Potts that's coming on, and he's coming on for Callum Wilson. Right, listen. I know this is people are going to... Just hear me out, okay? Before the game, I said this before the game, I've got to be fair. Before the game, I said, I want proof that Nuno has learnt his lesson, and that proof will be, when the time comes, you bring on a midfielder, you bring on Pablo, you bring on Adam, you do not bring on a defender, and he's not doing that. So Wilson's gone off, who's struggled in this game, I think. I think this game's been a bit more open than perhaps predicted, but Potts has come on. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think this is a bad sub. I get what he's trying to do, pack that midfield, and he's reacting. Listen, it's a bit slow in the grand scheme of things, but it's relatively quick for Nuno, and it's not Kilman. Anyway, Potts gone straight into midfield, as you'd expect. Somerville coming down that left-hand side, cutting into Somerville! Into the hands of Dubravka. Good run there by Somerville. Clean strike, just too central. As Hannibal puts Souček under pressure, who's actually taken away from Mavropanos. Mavropanos went to clear it, and Souček just kept dribbling with it. Disasi has it in a minute, nearly overplayed it, but he's done well in the end. Fernandez gives it to Potts, who pops it back to Thomas Souček. And Mavropanos is on the ball at the minute, and he plays it into the feet of Wan-Bissaka. He's under pressure, and he's lost the ball there. He had a couple of options, but he's won it back. That is Wan-Bissaka. Lost it, won it straight back. Anyway, Juve on the ball now over on the left-hand side and gives it to Somerville. West Ham just trying to slow the game down a little bit, just trying to take the sting out of it, weather the storm a little bit. The good thing is, if we want to, we can just give it 10 minutes. If we're in control, things have died down a little bit. we could take Souček off and put Pablo on and go back to being a little bit more offensive. And just for people in the live chat, Souček is not playing centre-back. He's picked the ball up there because he ran back. So he ran back. He was out on our right-hand side. He ended up running backwards to give it to Hermansen. And then he's just strolled out from defence. He's in midfield. If you look at him now, he's back into middle of the pitch. He's not playing centre-back. He was just there because that's where he ended up. Put it this way. We've seen Fernandes pick the ball up where Souček was. At no point does anyone go, why is Fernandes playing centre-back? I understand the hesitation with Nuno and stuff like that, but he's still playing midfield. Anyway, Bowen had an effort there, cutting from the right-hand side on his left foot, just outside the box, and comfortably over the bar, but better from our captain. We've seen him score those before. It's been about 5 minutes just before Potts came on, and just out and since Potts come on, I think we've just... Yeah, the first 10 minutes we got battered, but the 5 minutes since we've been... I don't want to say in control, but the game's a bit calmer. Somerville's down, just taking his time. And I think this is the type of things we need to do. Just slow the game down a little bit. One thing Chelsea did really well last weekend was they didn't let the game stop at all. Whenever it went out for a corner, they just took it short and just kept going. There was no breathing. Anyway, we'll go back with the free kick. Disasi Mavpanos playing it between themselves, and Juve plays it forward. Hugo Chukwu gets a hold of it, and Disasi... He's having a good game, Disasi. That was a really nice touch there by him to give it to Juve. Tete brings it down, gives it to Souček. Wan-Bissaka in a bit of space on the right-hand side. Souček gives it to him, continues his run. Wan-Bissaka uses him. Souček in a bit of a right-wing position. Hannibal fouls him, and it's a free kick to West Ham. And do you know what? Good play, Thomas Souček. Free kick to West Ham United, out on our right-hand side, right down by the corner flag. Completely taken out there by Hannibal. Good play by our midfielder. And a good opportunity to get a cross in here and hopefully get another goal. Make it 3. That would be nice. Make it 3. Anyway, Fernandes and Bowen over the free kick. It's going to be Jared Bowen to take this as Fernandes goes away from it. Referee has an issue with the Burnley wall, I think. Certainly taking a minute here. Again, possibly suits us to do that. Bowen whips it in. Good goal! That was a good free kick, and it got headed away by a Burnley player, but a really good delivery by Bowen. He sends it back in with his right foot this time, cleared. Wan-Bissaka picks it up, gives it to Fernandes. He's under pressure, but he goes back towards his own goal, and he just gives it back to Mads Hermansen. Nice free kick by Jared Bowen. I thought that was a decent delivery, actually. Whipped in with pace, a good height, well defended, whoever it was, whichever Burnley player got his head on it. As Fernandes just pops it into Thomas Souček, as we've really, really taken the sting out of the game here. We've really just slowed things down. The last 5 minutes, I think we've been in, I don't want to say complete control, but we've done well. Bowen's done fantastic. It's Jared Bowen. Ah, fuck. What's he done? Bowen. It should be 3. It should be 3. It's a really good ball by Fernandes over the top. And Humphreys gets a touch on him, but actually brings it down for Jared Bowen. And he just gets caught in two minds. He's got Somerville. I think he's trying to give it to Somerville. And he gets it all wrong. It's horrible. It's a really bad cross by Jared Bowen. Massive opportunity. And it should be 3. And I'll be honest with you, we'd like to see Bowen shooting there. Bowen is such a good finisher. I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to be unselfish, but I don't know, in those situations, I think just go for goal. If the keeper saves it, there's a very good chance he spills it towards Somerville anyway. Big opportunity there. Beautiful ball by Fernandez. And Bowen does so well up until the finish as well. That touch he does, the first touch is wonderful. Chris is asking how Disasi's playing. I'm not just saying this. He's playing well. It's not been his hardest game of his career, okay? But when called upon, he's been fine. He's been really comfortable. Burnley coming down the right-hand side with Edwards. Juve just knocks out for throw-in. 63.5 minutes on the clock at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, West Ham United 2. Goals from Somerville and Tete. And Tete gives away a free kick here after tripping up Kyle Walker. An opportunity for Burnley to get their centre-backs up and get this ball in the box. They've been causing us a little bit of bother with their crosses for the first 10 minutes of the second half. Fleming in particular. Kyle Walker unhappy with Juve. Not sure why. He wasn't the one that conceded the free kick. Changes coming for Burnley. 2 changes coming for Burnley. I see Larsson and I also see Lyle Foster. Free kick, Anthony will take from Burnley's right-hand side. This is coming into our box, and it comes from Anthony. Not a great free kick, and it's cleared by Jared Bowen at the front, and Fernandez will just bring this down by our corner flag on our left-hand side. Gives it to Juve. It's a bad clearance by Juve. Anthony picks it up, and he has a goal, but Hermansen holds on to it. Good save by the keeper. Doesn't spill it. Doesn't tip it round. And I'm going to insert an unpopular comment into the stream. No camera save by Hermansen. Just dives and catches it. No majestic camera save. Jared Bowen on the ball. Hannibal goes in on him. Surely a free kick. Referee says no, but Bowen's battling away. Tate's backing him up. Good play by West Ham. Potts leaves someone in a heap as Burnley play advantage. Hugo Chukwu out to Marcus Edwards. Fernandez putting him under pressure. He's come a long way here, Edwards, and he goes down and he's laying on the ball, and it's a free kick to West Ham for handball. Good. I like it when a linesman and a referee refuses to give a free kick to a player just because they've gone down and lay on the ball. I hate when they do that. That's one of my pet hates in football, when a player goes down and just grabs it and it's like, oh, free kick then. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. 3 changes coming for Burnley. They're bringing on the guy that can't say his name. What are they bringing him on for? This is going to make commentary crap. So Anthony's going off. Larsson is on. Live chat, you're going to have to type out how you pronounce this guy's name. So Edwards and Fleming also going off. And Foster and Tauna. Is that how you say it? Tauna? How do you say it? Tauna. Chauna. Okay. Chauna. Him and the Wolves player, they've got similar names. I just call him Tuna Geezer or whatever. Just call him Tuna. But I will call it Chauna. Okay, beautiful. Hopefully I remember. Anyway, a few changes from Burnley. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought a couple of them. I thought Edwards, Anthony, Fleming. I think they were causing us a little bit of bother in the second half. Foster was absolutely gash against Sunderland. Larsson's hard working, I guess, if I'm going to be nice. And Chauna scored an absolute banger at Molineux, but haven't seen loads of him since to suggest that he's a Premier League player. Anyway, 67.5 minutes on the clock. Burnley take the throw in and resume play. Stevie just dribbling it out from the back, and there's no one putting pressure on him, so we are sitting back on the halfway line here. As Hugo Chukwu pops it out to Kyle Walker. To Chauna. I know how you say his name now. Juve. I mean, he's got to be careful, Juve. He's on a booking. And it was one of them, if he gives a free kick there, It's a possible yellow card offence. Now, the referee sort of played advantage, and it's an effort from Humphreys has gone wide. And Juve just needs to be careful. I think I'd maybe be getting Skulls on here. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that, but certainly Juve thought he made a meal of it, but we'll see. Regardless, he still went in for it. I tell you what, looking at that shot, A, Humphreys wasn't far away, B, I think Hermansen had it covered anyway. But I think maybe getting Skulls on for Juve wouldn't be the worst decision right now. And maybe get Pablo on for Tete, who we've barely seen him. He scored a goal, but I don't think I've seen Tete much at all today. However, he scored. So Pablo and Skulls for Tete and Juve. What we say in chat? Yeah, Ruben. We're on the same wavelength here. We're both saying the same thing. As we play it forward, Tate's chasing it. Esteve doesn't really deal with it properly, and Tete fouls the goalkeeper, but the referee plays advantage as he has it in his hands. Don't mind that from Tete. He's trying to get the ball and gives away a free kick, but it's just using up time. It's using up time wisely. Don't do anything stupid, but we can just slow the game down, use up time. We're good. We've got 20 minutes to go plus stoppage time. A clean sheet would be fantastic for us, and getting 3 points is the most important thing, but we could have a bonus of a clean sheet. That would be very nice. As Potts just helps Jared Bowen out there, but Hannibal picks up Humphreys. It's a bad ball by Humphreys. To be fair, Lyle Foster just switched off completely there. Somerville picked it up and comes away with it, looking for Juve on the overlap. Gives it back to Somerville. Bad ball by Juve. Hannibal picks it up, but Tete with a great tackle. Piss off, ref. He's given a free kick, and I think he's been very kind there, the referee. I don't think that was a foul, personally. Burnley take the free kick, quickly throws it, finds Larson. Fernandez is out helping Disassi, who's got dragged out to the touchline. Fernandez puts a tackle in, and it's a throw into Burnley, and they resume play really, really quickly. Fernandez is stuck out there in a left-back position at the minute, though. But Potts is helping him. And it's another bad pass by Burnley. They're just not good enough. They're just not good enough. Juve pops out for a throw-in, though. Down in our left corner flag, Kyle Walker will take a long throw here. Or he's certainly looking like he's going to as he drives the ball. And he does take a long throw. Esteve picks it up, but Somerville clears it. Bowen chases it. Pires also chasing it. Bowen's putting him under pressure. Jared Bowen's done fantastic there. He gets away from Pires. He's got little to no support. He goes down. The referee and the linesman both say no. You can see why Bowen was trying to get us a free kick there. But the referee and linesman, neither of them give it. And when you think of what he's just given against Tete a minute ago, it's a bit inconsistent maybe. Different type of tackle, but I do think they were a bit heavy on Bowen there. And now Hannibal's gone down, and Fernandez is the one that's committed the foul. He's gone down holding his cheek, but the referee's played on here. Pires on the ball. Pops out to Humphreys in this left wing position. One-on-one with Wan-Bissaka. Gives it to Hugo Chukwu, Souček and Wan-Bissaka. Bad communication. In it comes, and Hermansen gets up there and gets his hands on it. And listen, I know I'm a Hermansen fan, but I think he's had a really good game so far. I really do. Big kick by Hermansen, lands just outside the box and bounces into the hands of Dubravka. Marpano's great little header back to Hermansen there. Well done. Good defending there. Disassi gets it from Hermansen. He's also had a comfortable game. Nice little ball into Tete. Great ball to Somerville. It's a bit loopy, but he's done well, Somerville, to bring it down. And he's done well to find Juve, who plays it forward, but Esteve beats Tete to it. It's a little bit scrappy at the minute. It's a little bit ping-pong in there. But Disasi just sees it out for throw. And he's doing well. He's doing well. We've had, a couple of players, Hermansen, Disasi, a couple of sort of big calls by Nuno. And I think they've both justified their inclusion so far. Still 20 minutes to go. Still a long way to go, but I think they've both been good. And Brian's just asking how's Disasi. Good. Listen, we're playing Burnley, okay? They're pretty crap. But we've had to deal with a lot of crosses, and what Disasi's had to deal with, he's dealt with very comfortably. And I think this is almost like a really good game for Disasi just to ease himself in. Like I said, 20 minutes to go, still a lot of time, but so far, faultless. Tete, Bowen, good link up between those two. Bowen's got little options, so he uses Wan-Bissaka. He's done really well, Wan-Bissaka, to get away from Esteve. Only Bowen and Tete up supporting. Somerville on the far side, and Wan-Bissaka just lets Esteve put out for a throw-in. Just gets the team up the pitch, slows it down a little bit. Well played, Adam Wan-Bissaka. We'd like to see Pablo come on if possible. Just inject a little bit of energy. Just try and give us something. Just give us a boost. Just try and get that third goal. Burnley have just given up. But all it takes is a goal. All it takes is a mistake or something, and bang, they're straight back in it. So if we can go get a third, that would be nice. But anyway, we've got another throw-in down in that right-hand corner flag. Wan-Bissaka takes it. It was a poor throw-in, and it's been cleared. Mavpanos will bring it down, though. He's got absolutely no pressure on him whatsoever here. And he goes back to Hermansen. Fernandez wants it, gets it. He gives it to Mavpanos. And he gives it to Potts. Good play there at the back by West Ham. Just drawing Burnley out, but also not taking anything too risky. And Wan-Bissaka's had his head kicked in by Humphreys. And Thomas Souček has gone straight over to see Wan-Bissaka's okay. It looked like he got a boot in the face there by Humphreys. Nothing too dangerous. I think the young lad was just going for the ball, and Wan-Bissaka's headed it, and he's kicked Wan-Bissaka. It's a yellow card. It's not, in my opinion, it's not dangerous play or anything. It's just unlucky. He's just unaware. Referee does book him. Right decision. Move on. But got a shin in the face, Wan-Bissaka. West Ham free kick just inside the Burnley half. At this point, I'll just beg you, please, subscribe if you're new to the channel. How much are we on now? We haven't done the 50 yet, because I think you would have told me in the live chat. 49,862. Still a long way to go for the 50. But not a long way. Do you know what I mean? 138. Close, but no cigar. So if you're new, please subscribe. 138 of you, come on. Can we hit 50,000? West Ham win, and that changes to 50,000. So now, I don't think it does change when we're live. I don't know why it's not changed. Because we've got 800 now. I don't know. Anyway, Pablo and Scarles coming on for Juve and Tete. Double substitution from Nuno Espirito Santo at Turf Moor. As we see a replay of Somerville's goal. Nice little dink past Dubravka to make it 1-0. And then a glancing header from Tete. And that's all it needed. To be fair, it's a firm header, isn't it? Two good goals. Two good goals. We do score some good team goals of late. Have to say, it gets a lot of criticism from his subs, and I'll be one of the first ones to do it. But he's got them right today. Mark, no, you don't have to be a subscriber to get free beer. Just go to beer52.com/hammers. Not hammers chat, hammers. And then you can just grab a free box. Stoppage in play because of Alan Wan-Bissaka getting a shin to the head as Tete departs. Referee's telling him to hurry up, and Tate's shaking his hand. But listen, that's how we've got to slow the game down. We've got to try and slow the game down with things like this. What a shot! In on one. Boom! The recycling bin has an additional plastic bottle in it. As the play will resume, Tete taking their places on the West Ham United bench with Scarles and Pablo on for the Hammers. Fernandes will take the free kick. It's a very high line by Burnley, this. Very high line. Fernandes goes long, looking for Thomas Souček. It's not quite enough on it, but Panos heads it towards the goal. However, no one there for West Ham. I'm just going to see if I can have a little flutter on Pablo to do a couple of fouls. Because he is a bit handsy, isn't he? Only if the odds are good, I'll tell you. As West Ham come forward here, actually, Somerville looking for Fernandes. Is he offside? No, it's Pablo, sorry. It's the red boots that's throwing me. Possibly offside, but we'll continue anyway. He gives it back to Fernandes. Fernandes! That's wide. And still got Tete. Get Tete. He's not on the pitch. Get him off the pitch. Still show me Tete rather than let me do Felipe. Anyway, Broja's come on for Burnley. Foster just running at him. Gives it to Broja. Humphreys, he whips it in. Potts gets a head on it. Bowen flicks it to Pablo, but it's overhit and Kyle Walker picks it up. Good play there by Somerville, laying off to Fernandes. He breaks away. Somerville's on the move. Fernandes gives it to him, but Kyle Walker, he's fast, but that's surely a foul, and it is. Somerville brought down by Kyle Walker. Surely? What? He's not giving a free kick? This ref, honestly. It's lucky it's 2-0. Because it's 2-0, I'm a bit calmer than I usually could be. But he's not giving us much there. Kyle Walker, he's a clever player, Kyle Walker. I'll give him that. But I don't know. I think that's a free kick for me. That's not shoulder. That's just hips and everything else. Anyway, Burnley just play it around at the back at the minute. Esteve on the ball. We've got 8.5 minutes of normal time to go. Pablo wins it. He gives away the foul. Oh, of course you do. Did you get my bet on? No. Fuming. I'm sad. Kyle Walker will send this one into the box. Headed away by Thomas Souček. 8 minutes normal time to go at Turf Moor. Wan-Bissaka gets another clearance on it. Burnley trying to get a goal back. Up it goes, and Wan-Bissaka heads out for the throw-in. Perez takes it, gives it to Foster, who gives it to Hannibal. Surrounded by West Ham shirts. Laurent looks for the runner Larson. Blocked, cleared by Freddie Potts and Jared Bowen just chasing it down, and it goes out for a throw into Burnley inside their own half, and Humphreys takes it immediately, giving it to Esteve. West Ham United edging closer to all 3 points at Turf Moor. Hannibal looking for Foster, well blocked by Souček. Laurent picks up. Kyle Walker Out to Hugo Chukwu. And it's great defending there by Freddie Potts, and he gets brought down. And it's a free kick to West Ham United over on our left-hand side. Jack, if I bet my life on it, I was staying up, yes or no? No. I still think we go down. This is a must-win game just to stay in touch. Win a game like Man United, maybe. But I'm okay. Listen, I've enjoyed the last month of football at West Ham. I've enjoyed it. Beating Spurs, beating Sunderland, beating QPR. I enjoyed the first half against Chelsea. And while we haven't been at our best today, this is a very important win coming up, hopefully. We play Man U at home, and then we have a good FA Cup tie. Then we play Bournemouth. We just got to keep winning our games. That's all we can do. All we can do is win our games, put the pressure. Tell you what, Nottingham Forest fans won't be enjoying this. They will be fuming after last night. They'll see that we're 2-0 up at half-time. They'll be thinking, oh, no. Because you do it, don't you, as football fans? I bet you Forest fans have convinced themselves that we're going to catch them. Anyway, this referee's giving us nothing. Somerville's got thrown over again. The referee says nothing. Potts, no, fuck off, ref. Honestly, piss off. He's reffing this differently for both teams. Potts then puts in a tackle, and he's blowing up for it, and he's away to book Freddie Potts, I think. He wins the ball. This is pathetic. This ref's just a wanker. Utter wanker. Maybe he didn't book Potts. I thought he went into his pocket, but never mind. We continue. Hannibal plays out to Foster, who stayed onside. And another great tackle by Freddie Potts. The referee doesn't blow up for that one, though. Jai Bourne does well to keep it in. Burnley playing around just inside West Ham's half. Everyone in West Ham's half at the minute. 4.5 minutes of normal time to go. Burnley 0, West Ham United 2. Josh Laurent on the ball. Out to Hugo Chukwu, who's playing over on the right-hand side for Burnley in this latter stages of the game. Mavpanos clears his cross, though. Pablo heads it towards Somerville. Kyle Walker puts him under pressure. Gives it to Scars, who has to clear it first time. Pablo holding off Esteve. He's done really well there, Pablo. Souček tries to find Bowen. Does find Bowen. Brings it down nicely. Humphreys all over him. Bowen, great ball to Pablo. Go on, son, please. Pablo, oh, he's weaving. He just doesn't have the pace. He just doesn't have the pace there, Pablo. Oh, I want him to score. I just want him to score. Disasi on the ball, plays out to Somerville on the left-hand side, up against Kyle Walker, looks for Pablo, but Esteve cuts it out, and Burnley come again. Josh Laurent picks out, or tries to pick out Foster, but Wan-Bissaka originally did well, but he sort of ran into Foster, and Burnley come away with the ball. They've just got nothing, have they? They've got absolutely nothing, Burnley. Hugo Chukwu crosses it, blocked by Oli Scars, and it's a corner kick. And it's gone out for a goal kick, actually. Brilliant defending by Oli Scars there. He blocked the cross, but it then took another deflection off Hugo Chukwu, and it's gone out for a goal kick to West Ham United. 2.5 minutes of normal time left at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, West Ham United 2. What a massive 3 points this will be for the Hammers. I wonder if the Leeds fan that said I'm arrogant for thinking Burnley are down is still going to think I'm arrogant. Big game Tuesday night, Man United. We can look forward to it now. Anything would be good. Even a draw would be good. But listen, 3 wins from 4 in the league. That's good. That's form. That's form. He's got the subs right today. I'm looking forward to doing the review, actually. Then go watch the football. Do my video tomorrow morning. Do the live show, 10 a.m. If anyone's kicking around at 10 a.m. tomorrow, it'd be a pleasure to have you join me. Then I'm going out for Sunday lunch at 12 o'clock, bang on, so I can get back to the football. And watch the football tomorrow. Been a positive panda of late, I have. I've felt like a positive panda. Today is just going to feel that. I haven't been too... post Chelsea, I wasn't angry. I was upset because I thought we could have won. I thought we should have won. But when I went back and watched the Chelsea game back again on Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever it was, and I did that video for Patreon, the Temu night football video, I come to the conclusion Nuno just got done by Vicinha. We got outclassed by Chelsea. And I was actually okay because I thought, well, do you know what? Burnley don't have this. Parker isn't good enough and the players aren't good enough. We're 2-0 up. Somerville coming down the left-hand side here. Kyle Walker could probably throw him into Rose End if he wants, and he does get shoved off the pitch. Have we got a free kick or is he playing on? No, it's a throw-in. Anyway, Somerville pushed off the pitch, throw into Burnley. Just, this ref, honestly, he's a wanker, isn't he? Just literally, Kyle Walker shoves him with 2 hands, and Burnley get a throw-in. He's had nothing, Somerville. He's had absolutely nothing. Good play, good defending. Disasi, Hermansen, dare I say, Hermansen's played quite well. Avid saying Somerville man of the match. Who is everyone's man of the match? Somerville wouldn't be mine. I just don't think he's been involved in enough. A great goal, but I don't think he's been involved enough. Same with Tete. Good goal, just not involved enough. Let me not look at the live chat. I'll go through it in my head quickly. Fernandez, maybe. Mavropanos. Disasi's played well, but I think Mavropanos has been busier. I think I'll go Mavropanos as my man of match, followed by Fernandez. I think that's what I would do. What we're saying in the live chat. Disasi says Carlos. Dean says Fernandez. Hermansen. A couple of people saying Hermansen. Steve is saying Hermansen. Hermansen. Mavropanos. Wan-Bissaka for Intox. Aswike saying Hermansen. The good thing is there's a lot of different suggestions. Double substitution for West Ham United. 4 minutes of stoppage time to go. Dama is coming on to replace Somerville. And Jared Bowen is also departing. I don't know who's coming on. I was looking at the live chat. It's Kyle Walker-Peters. Kyle Walker-Peters is coming on for a rare appearance. So changing our wingers. They've had to work hard, our wingers, Bowen and Somerville. I feel like the game's been very end to end. I think it's been quite stretched for large parts of the game today. There's required a lot of energy, I think, to play in midfield today for either team. Pablo heads it down towards Potts, who just pops it back towards Pablo. And Humphreys will just see it out. But Pablo pinches it. He's done really well there, our striker. Walker-Peters just trying to just go around Esteve, but was well defended in the end by the Burnley centre-back. And it's out to Hugo Chukwu over on the right-hand side, up against Ollie Scarles. He's on the halfway line, though. I just want to make it clear it's not too dangerous. My voice is probably suggesting it is really dangerous, but it's not. And it's a long ball looking for Pires, I think, and it's gone out for a throw-in. 2.5 minutes of normal time, or stoppage time rather, to go at Turf Moor. We're just easing our way through to the finish line. Massive 3 points for West Ham. And that will be 16 games without a win in the Premier League for Burnley. Today, I think, is day 105 since they last won in the league. And I'll tell you something. I don't know the fixtures for Nottingham Forest and that off the top of my head, but let's just hope it's not Burnley, because it's a bit like Wolves. Wolves are getting smashed by Chelsea. They're both just giving up. Another comfortable catch from Hermansen from across. I think he's had a good game. Dom, I gave it to Mavpanos. Mavpanos was my man of the match. I think he's been really busy at the back. Listen, it's our second clean sheet of the season. Well, hopefully, a minute and a bit away from another team clean sheet. Defence have played well today. They've been busy. Defence have had stuff to do. As Esteve brings Pablo down, and it's a free kick to West Ham United just inside our own half. A minute to go, and I just want to say a massive thank you for joining me. It is a pleasure. I know I keep saying it, but I keep thinking it, so I'm going to keep saying it. Whenever I see how many people tune in and stuff like that, I didn't really want to do watch-alongs. I only did it in the summer just because it was pre-season. Not that serious, but you lot... I'll be honest with you, you bribed me to do them, and that's why I've done them, and I've started to enjoy them now. So massive thank you to you lot joining me. Whenever I see that we've got a lot of people watching live, I do get a little bit surprised. Right now there's, according to my thing, it said there's 2,882 people watching, and it's it's not a small number, so thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate it. Every week I go downstairs and I tell Lauren, she's probably fed up of me. I'll go down and be like, hey, I had this 2,800 people. She'll be like, you had that last week. I'm like, yeah, but it's a lot of people. She's like, I know, but you get that most weeks. Shut up. But, I don't know, it keeps surprising me, I guess. Anyway, Pablo on the ball. I remember a stream Jackmate did once, actually. I don't know if he's still listening. I remember he did a video once on his YouTube channel. That's how long ago it was. And it said something like, update. Disasi just had a shot from 20 yards out, to be fair. I'll tell the story in just a second, whether he's here or not. It doesn't really matter. I'll still go to tell the story. I'm just waiting for the full-time whistle to go here. As Larson's on the left-hand side, well blocked by Wan-Bissaka. Walker-Peters picks up, comes away with it, and surely the whistle's going to go now. We're just playing it around, and it does go full-time at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, West Ham United 2. Let me just change the clock before someone points it out, and then I'm going to finish my story very, very quickly. And I just want to say a quick thank you to Warren, saying, great work, Gio, great 3 points. Thank you very much for your £10 super chat. Very, very kind. I'm going to put that towards a surround from a dartboard. My mission the week after next is to get my dartboard up. And also to Cal, thank you for your support. Very, very kind of you. Now, the story was, I remember Jackmate did a video once on YouTube, and it said something like update or something. It was very generic. And I also went, I'll have a look at this. What's he doing? And there was, I think there was like 1,000 people watching. And I remember him saying, you don't watch this if you don't care. And it was a nice way of looking at it, and I think it takes a bit of confidence to say that. So to have 2,800 people tuning in, I would say we don't get that many people if they don't care. So I'm using Jackmate's thing. Andrew, thank you very much for £5 super chat, and Paul as well. Much appreciated. There's been no adverts thanks to the support in the super chat, so it's been brilliant, thank you. And also to Chris, thank you. Like, listen, stop. I'm going to have to wrap this up. Chris, thank you very much. Saying, well done, Gio. Proper work. Listen, massive points. Here we are. 3 points behind Nottingham Forest. 6 points behind Leeds United. 6 points behind Spurs, who play Newcastle, and then Arsenal. And then we're 6 points behind Crystal Palace, who do have a game in hand. They play Brighton tomorrow. But Tottenham Hotspur, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. Tottenham Hotspur, we're coming for you. Don't go anywhere. I'll be live in a few minutes with my review. Let's celebrate. West Ham United have won their 3rd game out of 4. Maybe, just maybe, the Great Escape is on. Catch you in a few minutes.